opportunities when they go back and watch this, if they watch this, where you had players in sort of scoring chances, you just couldn't get EMP control, or someone just needs to go for it to try to get it to the bottoms of the map. Yeah. If you are LA Thieves.
That's something, to be fair, they were guilty of. Even back to the Kenny roster, like I remember times, but they literally were like 3 or 4 down, and just no one grabs EMP. Like I know you need to kill another wave more than likely, but you might only need 1 or 2 kills you can get a score. But you know what you can't score is if you don't have the EMP. But I remember we were talking about that like really early on.
Yeah, they could also just be kind of trolling right now.
Maybe.
So who knows?
Yeah, just trying to pad stats and proc. But if they are trolling, they're tied up, so not out of the woods yet. Yeah. They're losing the possession game currently. Hydra, just a nasty little chow out of him. But still, everyone is battling here for mid-map control and D&D control. Scrap gonna lose that one. Encourage shooting. Taking him out of top window. Unfortunately for him, Abizi is gonna clean up the rest of them. He's gonna have to take an angle to shut him down. That'll lead to him dropping. Cloud9 tied up, trying to stay alive in this series. Let's hear the conference with Cloud9.
Nothing. I'm with you.
Don't. Wait,
you run
here. Shoot me cut. Pablo, dad. Double mid cut.
I have it. Hey, I got out.
I got your left.
Get ran back. No, he's up. P2. Outer, in the window.
Outer. Okay, he's still outer.
Hydra.
Dead.
Nice. Can you grab it?
Crossing deep on you, one shot.
Two. They're grabbing the ball.
I'm dead. Behind me. He's in our low vines. Vines going out mid, I think.
I'm playing
I'm cooking grenade for lights. I got you. I have your lights.
Go ahead. I'll pick up a mid.
I think they were going.
Neil, pick. P2. Neil.
That one. Scrap stairs. There's 3. There's all three.
Not trying to garage pushing through, dead.
Hey, somewhere.
Cross up.
Nice.
I'm already going left.
Heard you. Go together, bro. I'm gonna hold your mid pinch.
Did they go small?
Could be small. Yeah,
Nothing mid pinch.
Could be small already.
They need small.
Yeah. Close.
Go pinch now. It'll be easy.
All good.
There's too small.
That's one left. Iron.
I'm trying to hold.
Yeah, iron up. Getting couches.
I'm going right with you. I'm throwing a trophy.
Yeah. I'm resetting.
Good flank broken, guys.
I'm gonna pull it back.
Back right. Easy weak.
I help. I'm near your garage.
Easy, absolute dead.
One got through, dead.
Nice.
I'm just showing it back, bro. We should chow now. We have 2 kills.
Yeah, I'm going to PC now.
I'm running at B cut.
Wait, one's it broken, and one's it cut. In broken side.
One shot, top broken. Jump down, I think.
One's right on you.
One shot. Hydra, going couches. Couches. He's going right. The couch right.
Couches, one shot on the left. Let's get close.
Did he cross?
I don't know.
I'm holding the pinch. Hold pinch.
He's tied, 2.5 to go, but EMP control in the hand of Thieves for now. A big gunfight. I believe it was for Neum.
Okay,
if Neum wins
working.
that, maybe an opening or a head's got to shift. Not able to win it, so that'll slow things down. EMP will drop mid-map. Cloud9 finding the kills.
I mean, you saw time of possession, but a big part of that just shifts in the last minute. Just Scraps just hang on to this EMP. This is kind of what we've seen from Den, right? Where a lot of the times, if you don't have someone forward, there's just sort of this 50-50 stalemate. You heard the Cloud9 comments, iron up. Let's play a little defense, play slow. And when that happens, there's just no opening for players to make plays on Den. And yeah, with EMP in hand, you just kind of have to wait and do this.
And there, you have 4 dead for Thieves. Hydra's just thinking, can I get there right before them? Unfortunately, one is able to slide across. I don't think his nade connects, and he's going to drop it. Once you lose him, things just kind of stall out.
I mean, Scraps had this EMP for like the last 2 minutes, just running around.
He's like, boys, I need to shoot something. Like, I need
That's how I'd be.
Yeah.
Gotta get me involved. And now a potential counter opportunity here because you have someone all the way pushed up, but Neum's gonna find that kill.
Nice play.
He's gonna find a double of great shots out of him.
At first, I thought he was going to get caught with the mantle, not get gun up in time, but with the
Played by Neum.
NPC.
he sure will get it up in time. Thieves short a player. Maybe waiting for Scrap to get back and involved. You lose Abizi though. We'll see how staggered this gets. It gets roasted by the time Scrap gets there. Everybody is dead. Now a minute to play. Okay, wow, Scrap is moving. Abizi gets another. It's another situation where you get 3 or 4 dead, you're at EMP control. It's just this next step for Thieves.
Yeah, I mean, that was a potential counter there for Cloud9. Which were
just goes bouncing, huh?
The forward position that they have, but he's loving running the sub. He's like, yeah, this is fun. Ball bouncing back and forth, but this has been the tale of this half where
I know B is where you want to go, but it's not been working. I know, so let's just go top side.
Yeah, try something else.
Honestly, they had 2 teammates spawn top, just go top. Let's just try that out because you have been shut down at that cross over and over and over again.
Scrap should have had that kill.
You got Scrap to a pretty good position. He just, again, encouraged, kind of wins that AR fight. He's won several of them over the course of this.
Well, it says he had the AR. He's playing with sort of the AR distance where Scrap had that sub. So, yeah, just playing smart with the M15, wins that gunfight, and now maybe overtime.
Is looking that way. Looks like Cloud9 just playing for the OT. Thieves just got to get the kill here, and we'll head to the real OT. And here we go. Regulation draw. How does this work, Joe? This swing K. We've only seen it a couple of times just for fans at home.
Yeah, so new overtime, and it is what we call stopwatch, right? So if I score in 2 minutes, we're going to switch halves, and then you will have 2 minutes to beat that time.
And this is going back to, I mean, basically, if you're an old school fan, like back to what, like BO2, CTF rules, or with CTF rules.
If there is no score in the first half, it is a golden goal in the second.
Man, I always think of like, I know PKs can be lit, like World Cups around the corner, but the golden goal is.
I thought you were just thinking of like, how do we have PKs like a one-on-one?
No. I was just thinking, when you said golden goal, got me thinking soccer. I'm like, dude, golden goal can be so entertaining, but PKs are also insane.
How do we get PKs in overload?
Gunfight, just put them into a gunfight.
Yeah.
Hold up. You pick 2 players? Hold up. The first half gameplay. Hydra tries to get it behind. He hasn't been able to find a lot of success where he gets that kill and his teammates gets the kill. And that may be the best opportunity they're going to have. Chance. But never mind. After you got 2, everybody else drops. Thieves. An opportunity slips away. Let's go to the comp zone defense for Thieves.
I'm back over.
Good job, York.
I'm dead. There's Tim.
Fuck that one guy.
Well, I lied. We're not going to listen in because Cloud9 are going to get it and score almost immediately. 35 seconds to score to beat. And our trend of not so good teams beating better teams in overload might continue, Joe. I'm telling you, there's something, there's a poison in the water.
Well, again, you just had this opportunity. You had 2 players in the Cloud9 base, and the
I thought that was the best situation they've like had. And then,
but Nezra got a 2-piece.
Yeah,
he got a 2-piece from their top window, and just stopped it. And then it was just a counter. Like that's what's so tough. Like with these, like they had so many chances where players were forward. They just needed the objective.
We got to change something with overload. I'm telling you, it's enough for me. It's just weird. I guess it's entertaining, so I don't care. But like, it's just strange. Just the spawns, like you're right. You're waiting for the revert. See you in 2027. Well, they don't have much time.
The speed game mode?
35 seconds to score. I mean, I guess hopefully we'll see. Here we go. The pressure. Just gonna send it. Oh yeah. Andrew gets 1. We're running at you. Trying to go for the dub. Several dead. Here we go. Someone's gonna grab it. No way that works.
What?
Through the face. Smash him dead.
Well, now, Maeve, you gotta switch
Wow.
it.
Yeah, okay. Never mind. Never mind. A thrilling OT finish. And Thunderstruck, our Cloud9.
And I felt like they were just playing very spread. They were so worried about flanks. But what has worked for them throughout this entire map is just control. Look, there's only one guy in the middle of the map. The only way you lose is if you don't have EMP control.
You think maybe if you only have to hold for 35 seconds, you should worry about the EMP gel?
At least more than one. They were so worried about sort of like these flanks and these pinches, and I get that. But they held down middle of the map most of regulation. It is why we got to overtime. And somehow decided right at that moment we're going to give this up.
I'm trying to think of like a football comparison here.
Wow.
A Hail Mary?
Yeah, but like,
without
you defend for the Hail Mary, let the quarterback run it for 60 yards.
or just like you don't have like, you don't play defense in the end zone.
Yeah. That was a sloppy bit of work. Onside kick into a touchdown, maybe. Yeah, that
something
was
like that. It was odd.
Insane. If you thought 35 seconds was quick, 21 seconds. Turns out it is quicker. 3-0 Thieves. And a wild one. Okay.
Well, there we go. I mean, dominated the first 2, and then a little bit of an entertaining one. And yeah, they just went for it.
All right, well, that does it for that series. We went the way we expected outside, the circus. That was map 3. Desk, have fun.
Never seen anything like it.
Yikes!
Brother, they just, with the football references, halfback dive straight up the middle.
It was like when the Bears throw a Hail Mary.
Yeah. or get Hail Mary.
I don't
Yeah. But yes, just straight down the middle. There's 30 seconds. What did I say to you right after?
No. As soon as we win the second OT, Ant looks over at me and he's like, imagine if they do it in 30 seconds. And I was like,
if they beat
it's
35
LA.
seconds.
21.
Impossible is what I thought. I was proven wrong. Scrap and friends get the job done, and they do it in impressive fashion. Can we talk about Cloud9's positives, though? Focus, a much better start this time around compared to the previous respawn. He 4x'd his previous KD.
That's valid. He goes on a 7th spree to open it up, and Cloud9, obviously, I mean, they keep this within 1 and tied for the majority of this game. I think the sad thing is when you go back and watch how great Cloud9's defense was when they would go for counters, they would just blunder it. Like, it would be like the freest counter of all time. I think they had 3 opportunities and just get absolutely smoked.
Was it mini-map problems or gunfight problems?
It was during the listening. There was one that was really bad. You know, we were, kind of locked in. We saw they pushed all the way up towards B, and, they had a player in the corner, and they're like, okay, listen, small room, could be a guy in small. Well, after that comm, everything sounded great, but they just broke down like a 4-piece, so they don't know, like, when they need to slow it down, prioritize, like, the cut. And then, obviously, when we get to the OT, that's like mental coaching and just staying composed. Like, they lost track of what the ultimate goal is there, which is the EMP. It's in the middle of the map. Protect it. You can't let them run right down mid. Like, that's just...
Also, that's such an easy replay call. Like, not to be disrespectful to LA Thieves, but, like, they have 30 seconds. Their entire goal is going to be to 4-stack and just run out of sight. And Cloud9 spread and played it like it was a normal second half.
Oh, that's so incredibly tough.
I feel for the boys. There's no way to bounce back from that one, but we have more to celebrate if you're an LA Thieves fan. Not only did you win the the Minor 1 championship, you also earned your Scuff play of the game. It's Scrap. His body of work, his propeller, figuring out how do I wear both at the same time.
That's crazy.
He gets it done.
Yeah, Scrap's a monster. Obviously, they fried map 1, get to the map 2. Him and Hydra were taking over, showing us some new spots. The jump spot over mid to see them if they're in the showers bomb, getting some info, and they had some thunderous retakes. Yeah, Scrap's that guy. Doesn't matter what type of hat he has on.
Allie, you're ahead of the fashion game. Do you think Scrap can make these hats popular again?
Absolutely, especially because this team already has red in it, so it's going to match the fit. I have a rule. You always have to make sure you have 2 at least of one color on.
Okay.
So he's rocking it. He's got the LA red, and he's got it in the hat. I mean, Scrap, we talked about it before we went into this. He was dropping 1.5s in respawn last week. This is just a continuation of it. This guy is unbelievable at this game.
He needs the red nose to complete.
Right? The red nose, the propeller hat, and LA Thieves picks for Neum. I love what we're building over there in the LA camp. They've got the merchandise coming. We're going to try and catch up with Neum, the rookie, on the other side of the break. In the meantime, we've got one more match to go, ladies and gentlemen. It's the qualifiers. Lurks is on Ant's players to watch list. Is he still in the running for Rookie of the Year? Stay tuned.
Brought to you by America's Navy and the special operators who work in the shadows.
Start the season strong with the 2026 Call of Duty League Pack. Grab yourself the CDL operator by scanning the QR code on screen or check it out in the Call of Duty store in-game now. Scuff, official controller of the CDL.
Flip for Falcons. Makes it again out of 5. 31 and 21. Good Lord. We're going to have to break this one down. Make it 6 in a row for Hercules. We're flying, folks. And we're 10 seconds away from a map 1 green wall victory. The kills are flying. The boys are firing. Shotzi top main. Can he fire? He can. Exclamation point. As OpTic will take man number 1 here in Dallas. Come on. Come on. That's fun. That's outrageous fun. What a way to start the major for the boys.
That might be it, folks. That is all she wrote. Heretics, 3-0 on Control.
Unbelievable stuff. Again, these guys on this map were lost for so long. The improvements they made, never mind, the map is going on 0.0. Vehicle didn't know either. Heretic started celebrating, and there's still game to be played.
There's 2 segments gone. Wow, what's happening? It's not over yet.
They're trying to attack me mid.
After hill.
Draws on mid, guys.
Oh my god.
Mid.
It's your boy Shotzi, man, with the ace. Little ace, man.
In the corner.
Nice. Bro, I would have killed him. I just ammo.
This is ugly, bro. What are they doing on the map?
They're gonna sit dead. They're gonna sit deep.
I'm watching. I'm looking pitch. I'm looking pitch.
Signing cross. I'm looking gold.
Pinching. Snoopy got him.
Nice.
Yo, in the water.
Water. I don't know where he is.
In the water.
Oh, f***ing go, boys. Nice. Good DK60. I got it, boys.
At COD Champs, it's more than Call of Duty. It's you whipping an F1 go-kart at the Grand Prix Plaza, testing your aim and movement at Summerlin Paintball. It's you driving supercars at Speed Vegas, surviving the best escape rooms at Escapology, experiencing the immersive art in the Arte Museum. It's you taking a picture in front of the Bellagio Water Show and seeing Vegas from the largest observation wheel in the U.S. It's you and the squad making memories for life. A weekend in Vegas that you'll never forget.
They ain't ready for you. 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 It's your time, better go get it. No soul with it, move like you're so in it. Knock it out the park, yeah, show in it. They ain't think you had the guts, now they know really, man, you better come with it. You ain't playing no games with them. Your homeboy gave up, you ain't changed with him. Do it right, cause you never switch lanes with him. You gotta fight for the goal, just hang with it, hang with it. Not down, no shame in it. But you gotta raise up with a flame in you. Put your fist in the air, let's push till we dare to the victory, yeah. We can picture it, yeah, let's go. They ain't ready for you. They ain't ready for you.
FaZe is going to be hosting our World Championships this year, and we want to see you at Champs in the Loge seating experience. Individual premium seating, semi-private, lower bowl location with a bar counter for food and drinks. Only 30 seats are available. Scan that QR code, scoop them up before they're gone. They're probably going to be gone right now, Al.
If I didn't have my own seat, I would have scooped one up. You telling me bar and food? That's all I needed to hear.
I didn't even know Loge was a word before I had to do that read. It's apparently a private zone. We got Royal Ravens versus FaZe, and this is an interesting matchup because FaZe were looking invincible coming off Major 2. They crushed their opening qualifier games. Then the minor came around, and Miami Heretics showed some vulnerabilities in their game. Now, Nameless, we get ready to see if the Royal Ravens can cause any problems. How do you see the showdown?
Yeah, I mean, the FaZe loss was such a battle. Miami obviously go all the way to the final. They look good. You think about it, it was a 17-minute overload, like a 25-point Colossus, where Miami have been unreal there. So yeah. I think, you're susceptible to a loss here and there, and FaZe are still just fine. The HP looks incredible, and I do think this meta still suits their gameplay.
Now, Ali, we're going to be jumping into that in just a moment, but this is a sponsored show. We're in the Monster Studio, and it's time for our Monster Winner Spotlight. Niam took his time, but he's got his headset back on after the dub. LA Thieves celebrating a Minor 1 championship, your first $20,000 check, and another dub in overtime. Can we start there? What the hell happened in that OT? How do you allow them to score in 35 seconds and then somehow beat that number?
Basically, Paco just said they're probably just going to be playing the side. So, we're all just going to bang mid, and if we don't see anything mid, we're just going to run straight down mid.
Listen, production said that we got to keep this quick, so if Scrap's near you, or if you know, can you tell us what the hell the propeller hat is about, man? Why is he wearing that?
It's when we're low-key just being stupid.
Okay.
Put it on. We're being stupid like during scrim and shit.
I like that.
So he's got a rocket.
He has a persona for that mode.
So Scrap was just trying to let you guys know that you needed to lock it in?
No, he was the one.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's for everybody, honestly. It's for everybody.
Well, those are the vibes I love to see. Do you think you could do that on land?
Yes, for sure.
Neum, thank you for joining us in the Monster Winner Spotlight. You speedrun this bad boy.
Thank you.
That's Neum. He got another dub. He's in the running for Rookie of the Year. And talking about players that were once Rookies of the Year. Simp broke out onto the scene in Black Ops 3. He was causing pain in SND. Since then, he's taken over the helm of the CDL GOAT role. Behind him, though, you got two youngsters in Abuza and 04 that look like the new generation of champions, Allie.
Yeah, and coming off of that major win, it's just like 04 and Abuza seem to have hit another level. Now, we can go back to the minor last week and talk about Miami Heretics taking them down in the way that they did, but it wasn't a 3-0 and 3-0 fashion. You go look at those maps, they were extremely close. We got gifted one of the best overloads that we've seen so far on this season. And to be honest, it was just a little bit of a matchup diff. I think Miami Heretics' pace just really catches a lot of our top teams off guard. And going up against a team like Carolina, they lost the majority of their pace. In fact, they're trying to find more of a consistent middle ground right now with their current roster. So for FaZe, this should be an easy matchup for them.
The one thing in that series where they did get gapped was the search and destroy, and it was like just a strategy. Like they were getting funneled into back alley, picked early. No, 04 had no answer for like mid brick wall on Fringe, just kept dying there to Metals. So I would expect them if they have that map.
They're not playing Fringe today.
I would expect them to have it again. Yeah, because I think they need to keep on playing it. Yeah, because it's there. They just gotta find. They just gotta get some more reps.
Exceed is a good sniper. Exceed is a better sniper at short range. I'm not playing him on Fringe. I'm not risking any more losses. But Ali, they're a front runner. You're a top 2 seed. Maybe you play with your food. How dangerous is your plate right now if you're a Royal Raven?
If you're Royal Raven, I mean, you're trying to make points right now. So, like, having to take on FaZe is not an ideal situation. But at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. And for Carolina, it's an optimal situation because, well, we're in our bedroom, so we can go ahead and make that point to it. But also, Lurks has been incredibly consistent, and same with Fire. He didn't give us the best showing in their first couple of series, but it wasn't necessarily a bad one either. So maybe some opportunity for Carolina.
And are Lurks and Craze getting the same NPC buff that other SMG duos are?
Well, the last series we saw, Craze played great and they lost. Like they would have to try to lose some of those. So for them though, and I'm gonna come at this from a different angle. I do think the move was to find consistency, and Fire is getting a lot of time in hardpoint, and he's generally a more consistent player than Nero. But you lost the X factor, like when they would cause the major upsets, right? And it's a combination of that, the X factor, and Nero losing him, and then also some of your better maps being gone. I mean, you're talking about a team that was really good at exposure and Blackheart. Both of those are gone for the hardpoint map pool. So the hardpoint's been off, and then the search and destroy. Nero was a great X factor to go out, get kills, play his life, make the rounds a little bit murky. That's not the type of player Fire is, and now they're 0-4 in S&D with the new team.
And big picture, Ali, Carolina, one of those teams that could be on the outside looking in at champs unless they start scoring, right?
Points is literally everything for them right now. Thankfully, they don't have a Boston-level schedule, but it's not going to be easy.
Let's take a look at our maps and modes. It's a best of 5. Where do they choose to square up? I said they will not play Fringe. Ant said they will. I still don't think they play Fringe. That's game 5.
Doesn't get there, is what you're saying.
This is one of those sneaky series, though, where, like, Carolina have the ability.
Yeah, it could get weird, especially with the gridlock S&D. Like, I don't hate the Colossus for them, to be honest. Whoa.
They're like 0-9 on that map. We get it again.
Exceed said that they were going to get good at it, and if it's in this series...
Yeah.
Then they're going to go 0-10.
They have to win, in my mind. They have to win map 1.
They have to add it to their map 1.
All right.
That's tough.
As we take a look at the New York guys still pondering how they lost the overtime, we can take a look here at Exceed and Friends from Carolina at the top. At the bottom, you got FaZe Vegas. And we're just waiting on one man, the GOAT, still out with the herd. The Shepherds are bringing him in. We'll get him in just a second. Can we talk about Exceed, though? I feel like this may be towards the end of his 3rd chance in the CDL. Is he under the microscope? Does he have the numbers right now to hang with the rest of the CDL?
I think a little bit. I think just because when he first got added to this roster, it was already such a big change. They were finding so much success. Overload, he was one of the best Overload players in the game. I don't want to say he fell off a little bit, but he's definitely playing more average compared to the rest of the league. And for him, like you said, Chris, it's his 3rd opportunity. He needs to be able to try and figure something out with this roster. It doesn't have to be, you know, top 4, but it has to be better than what they've been putting up.
He's the IGL. Do you give him any extra points for that and take less into the KD?
I mean, this team was world's worst before he joined. I generally think Exceed's been fine. I think he's still a good sniper. I think he brings a lot to the team. Like, he doesn't really get slammed that often. So for me with this team, it's just like the way that they approach the game. Like, they just have to play good team ball. Like, when we talked about their overload, it hasn't been great recently. Still top 3 in Team KD and overload since bringing in Fire.
So they're shooting good.
Exactly. So, like, to me, I'm not going to point to one player and say, like, they're performing. Just maybe where they decided to go with the roster, they've lost their edge.
Shut down the storylines before they begin, and I love calling out the facts. Let's get to the real truth, though, in our Scuff Pick'ems. Where you feeling? FaZe in 3 today?
Yeah, I'm going to go FaZe 3-1. I'm going to go FaZe 3-1.
Allie?
I'll hang with that. FaZe 3-1 too.
Carolina about to be upset 3-0. It's going to be FaZe. Sorry, fans. FaZe. Shift and study. FaZe.
Okay. FaZe.
Feels that way. Yeah. FaZe. I don't know. I mean, I think if there were to be an opportunity, Carolina could really step up right here. They know that they need some points to get the little bit of a closing gap into potentially playoffs. And they've shown some decent moments over the course of the last couple of weeks. So I don't think you're coming into this one disheartened if you're Carolina.
No, without a doubt, especially off the map set that we got. They're starting off map number 1 on a map that they were 0-9. They haven't won it since. They're still technically the worst team at holding down the P4, even if they have the spawns or if they're trying to break into it. So this series realistically can catch Vegas off guard because they're probably not expecting a squad who's 0-9 on the map to actually pick it. And then when you get to the middle half of this map set, Vegas, you always expect them to choose CB. They want to realize what S&D they want to pick. They want to control the overload and also the map 4. So they actually decide to pick Gridlock, a map that they have yet to play as a squad. So a lot of unknown factors here for Vegas. If it could potentially, Carolina can capitalize on them with this map number 1. Like, this map number 1 is everything for the Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, and like the Des was talking about, like, we heard it from Carolina. Like, we're good at this map. We swear. Now, if that's actually true, the stats would say otherwise. But hey, you come out, you use this NPC to really fuel you. Maybe there's a chance that we can actually see one of these maps get through the finish line. But 0-9 on the map, average scoring differential of 195 to 250 is not exactly what I would call close. And they haven't played it in a while, at least in the competitive form. So we'll see if Carolina can give us something to think about here as FaZe Vegas will spawn into the P2 side. And here we go. Royal Ravens, FaZe Vegas. Let's get it on.
Yeah, I think if you are the Royal Ravens and you saw Vegas play this throughout the minor, the reason why they lost to Miami is because Miami was just running around with so much pressure on the map. Now, after the update, the new meta change, and with the players that you have, you need to be able to match that pacing, force the Vegas FaZe to be uncomfortable. And so far at this P1, they're doing just that.
Yeah, absolutely the case. Already flipping the spawns around, have statue control, all the things turning up the way you want them to. But Abuza, Draza kicking us off with a couple of trade-away kills, 0-4. Just finessing over the backside of statue, but it's lurks for 2. That'll be enough for Carolina to at least hold on to the correct side of the map here with 10 seconds to go before the second hill opens. Simp working on that, and wouldn't you know it, Draza gets around the back, and everything right back into FaZe's camp as we open up the second hill.
Yeah, that's just opening that Ravens cannot allow to be there. Like, you had the rotation. You were all set up around blue. Just no one watches the OE street, the most important spot to influence the spawns. Vegas able to hit that route, now flip them out, and now if you are Carolina, you got to break through the front, and this is not going to be easy because there's so much space already on the side of FaZe.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've got everything being watched down right now, so it's 3-man hit through P1. 0-4 sees all of that, doesn't take any damage, has help from Simp, but Exceed and Lurks do find the kills that they need. Now you can try to break in from the front, but Abuza is one of those guys that when he's locked in and in a solid position, he's not going to miss much, if at all. So Abuza pushes back the remainder of that hit, 20 seconds to go, and FaZe are already looking to kind of scale deeper onto the map.
Yeah, that's easy for Abuza. If you're going to solo challenge him in one-on-one over on the statue side, it's going to allow them, even without the numbers, to still hold it down. Because the guy doesn't miss with the M15. Now it's starting to get out of hand, though, if you are the Ravens. Because they take a lot of space over toward yellow. Abuza still streaking, trying to earn himself an early Hellstorm, while Siemens is still soaking up that old time. And the Ravens are really tight now off the rotation.
To have something here if you're Ravens. And the Zaza duo combines for 2. Exceed gets a trade, but Abuza on 5. In position to try to help out on this hit. Doesn't fully develop, though. So FaZe will, again, just be able to contest a little bit longer. Neutral time is decent time right now for FaZe who relate to the rotation. And as they find a couple of kills, they'll start to have an opportunity to actually fight for some of that time. Simp in some trouble. Lurk's able to find another double. Make that 3. And, yeah, again, again, one of the early contestants for Rookie of the Year, continues to provide good moments for the Ravens.
Yeah, but even with Lurks finding 3, it's still FaZe in the time. And Ravens, the spawns over towards blue, can't contest this. So just one of those lives where 3 kills are fantastic, but I would have loved to just stay alive at bottom green. Allow FaZe to work 2 times harder to eventually take you down. But Ravens make it in the final 15. Now you're all about the rotation over towards new, where obviously you're losing players at that old time, and you're forcing your teammates now to come into the front.
Yeah. But Craze gets 1, damage onto Simp, doesn't win the gunfight. Follow up. Ooh, if Simp gets that one, who knows? Lurks, though, does give you another double at the end of the battle. So, again, it doesn't really allow FaZe to push them further away. Gives Carolina a chance to come off the respawn and develop another opportunity. Craze able to find one up top through P1, but Simp takes away the space and statue, and now everyone else can keep their guns up top, and FaZe will hold on with 40 seconds still on the hill.
Yeah, this is just easy for FaZe. Like, you're not making it difficult if you are the Ravens. All right, we watch P1, we watch front statue. No one else is taking a risk, and now Ravens have an opportunity with at least one player swanning towards the back lines in Lurks. You were too aggressive if you are FaZe in that moment over towards statue, which opens up that spawn point for him. And now if you are Carolina, you got to make this one count. We need this 20.
Oh, no. And 04 still finds you, too. Up and over. Fire in some trouble. He's able to confirm the kill. There will be a little bit of scrap time, maybe, for Carolina. Nice moment from Fire. Gets 3. Damage out. Gets able to find 4. Nice moment for Fire, indeed. But end of the story, the first rotation is FaZe all over this one. 113 plays 40 as we go back to P1.
And now Ravens looking for a good chunk of time at the P1. You have somewhat presence over towards statue, but Fire now getting a parallel spawn. Has to read that there's pressure over towards P2 side. Don't know if Exceed is going to be prepared for the pressure on the opposite side of the map, but it's FaZe flying on in for 3 kills without anyone falling, so the break is super clean.
Yeah, and Fire just playing for his life will be denied as Draza has an NPC out. FaZe return back over to the hill. Craze gets the 1 pretty cleanly. Rest of Carolina flooding in from behind this play. 04 just kind of doing what he can to double jump over the top of the barrier, but Carolina finds some good kills. Simp, the last one, standing, just knows Exceed is low and finishes him off with a pistol. And now is looking for some statue control. Just using the Jaeger best he can, but Carolina will fight back, and this has been all things told a really good first hill for the Royal Ravens.
Yeah, and now if you're the Ravens, you have an opportunity to chain it to the P2. You just got to sniff out Abuza in the back lines. Craze gathers the information, but it's just going to slide on in and give up his life for free. So now your teammates are in a 2v4 to try to hold this one down, while Abuza is still contesting on the back lines. Thankfully, Fire lines up a double. He's on 5 in a row.
Yeah, this is the power of having Lou in the mix. He has been Mr. Flexible in challengers. He's showing it here. See, gonna get some assistance from Craze over the middle of the map. FaZe will be pushed all the way back to the other side of the map at yellow. That's great time now, as Ravens have put together 2 really solid moments in a row. FaZe looking to still, of course, hit this with 30 seconds remaining, but they've got a lot of space they have to clear, and Craze is not going to give it for free. Draza able to find the trade, but you still have a couple of members for Carolina on the hill. Draza, Abuza, the last 2 left, trying to develop this hit. Simp up close and personal, try to do it himself. Put down by Lurks. And Carolina good on the time at P2.
Oh, fantastic at the time at P2. You're able to manage very quickly the spawn control towards the back lines, and then never gave it up once. And that leads to the Ravens keeping themselves into this game. Without the first P2 go around, it's Ravens in the lead by a hefty margin, but now only a 14-point difference. You're going to lose some key gunfights off the rotation, so now Lurks in a position to value his life. Does get caught, and now you got to try to break from blue.
Yeah, this is a really good setup from FaZe. You got a long wrap on the way from Carolina.
Love it.
So you've got the opportunity to put pressure on from multiple points. The first battle goes the way of Craze. Now all of the FaZe heads are on a swivel, and here comes the hit from the front. 3 will drop, 4 will fall. Really good break from Carolina. Now they've got control.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that. And now you're going to force the Hellstorm out at a P3 hill, where realistically it's not going to have that much impact of getting any kills. So now you're putting Vegas in a tough spot. Got to try to contest this whole time because there's still 20 seconds left, but we have to start thinking about new. Ravens have flipped the switch on this second half.
Yeah, they really have. See, nice tracking onto 04. Follow-up from Fire is perfect. And you've got a little bit of an ego chal over towards Simp. Exceed will finish that off. He's going to be 2v1 though, and FaZe will play through the old time and move their way over towards P4. Carolina spawning mostly close, but need to win the battle. So we'll jump over to the Royal Ravens and see how they calm this out.
Bang him. Everybody else. Play for mid, Jay. I'm getting left. I'm getting left. I got left. Close, dead. I'm shot now. He's holding. He's one shot. Absolutely. Dead. Wow, bro. One shot. Anytime, Blue. One shot. I'm holding in there. I'm laying down close. Pick up outer done. Top mid. They're both there. One's one shot. Other guy Sip was one shot. Sip is front one shot. He's getting close in. He's weak. There's two hitter. I got one. Two hitter. They're alive. I got shot. Outer one shot. Absolute. I promise. Lay down outer. One shot now. I got one. Close in there. Both front. They're both there. Logan, hold on. Every push you're good. Nothing. They're gonna be on you. I'm nading. I didn't hit him. I did not hit him. I hit him statue. I got your statue. I'm sliding out. I'm sliding in. Go. That's three. One shot. Gotta be on you. He's always statue. One shot. There's funny yellow. All yellow. Two yellow. Three yellow. Three in yellow. I'm pitching yellow right now. One shot from me. Low statue. Wait for Jay. Yo, we're running him. He's close in front of me. I need a time, Jay. I'm dead. I just really close in there. Nice shot. I'm back up the block. I got the block. Pitching yellow. I hear you. I don't have a trophy in time.
That's a heck of a set of hills from Carolina. They're enjoying a 200 to 159 lead. FaZe feeling the panic, and this is about that time that Abuza starts to step up as we jump over to FaZe listening.
I'm here, Jazz. One HP front though. Alright, I'm on left. I'm coming right. Alright. Here, he's coming right. I can't turn for you. Deep left on me. Alright, he's just on there. Left him. Inner. Come on, I'm needing your help. Don't see me now. I'm needing back out. I'm mining back in. I'm getting side up. I'm paying back up. Two side out. I'm 1 HP back. One P1 Jack. I'm just running out now. One side. On time. Alright, I'm trying to block. Let's stay down and back. Push below me. Back out. I'm day outer. I do something. I'm telling me. Go. Yeah, I'm here. Top it. I'm laying down. Nice. Good time. Standing up, one. Yeah. That's one P1. That's one P1 too. We have to play.
Yeah, Carolina, even when getting tested on the backside of P2, still recover nicely to hold the spawns, never really give away the time. They're looking solid here, Jay.
Oh, yeah, they're looking fantastic, man. The teamwork is making the dream work. When kills are going down, everyone is still in the action before they even think about the next play. And this entire second half has been all dominance out of the Royal Ravens. They need 20 seconds to close out this map number 1, which would be a heavy blow if you are FaZe Vegas. So you desperately need a good hold here at P3.
Yeah, Craze trying to hit the pinch through tunnel, but 04 is watching, doesn't find the gunfight win, so it leads into a boost who will drop. Yeah, that's a great moment now for the Ravens. Craze going to take away tunnel. Exceed with assistance from Lurks is going to watch the front as Fire will play a little bit of oversight. FaZe are looking to flood. Up and over. First 2 kills go their way. Lurks in some trouble. Has to back away over towards Steps, and that's enough for Sip to find 2. FaZe will break with conviction, and now Carolina trying to do the same.
Yeah, all the map control in favor of FaZe Vegas. Now you got to work on some of these routes. If you are the Ravens, you don't want to just commit all 4 through the front door again, but now we're starting to spread out wings a little bit. Lurks finds the opening kill. Now there's pressure through mid-tunnel. You win the gunfight at Blue Crates, a 4v2 flood.
Yeah, Booza will drop. Opportunity for Ravens to win right here. Sim, too much to look at. Then you have a pinch developing from Craze. The timing of this is absolutely insane. You can't get there. You can't touch. Carolina is going to strike first on the Colossus hardpoint after a masterful second set, followed by a really good initial 3. Really, really solid stuff for the Ravens.
From 0-9 running the Dravic meta to the NPC, we're taking on the likes of the squad who just won the last major. Great plays out of the Ravens, especially on the second half, because the first half, they were just getting beat to every punch. But when you talk about what they did so well in that second half, it was basically everything. Finally, you win the rotation to P2. You hold it basically for a full 60. On your first attempt at a P3 break, it's Crazy who takes the super long route around Statue that just has FaZe off guard. He finds the opening kill. Now you have the assistance from Look at Yellow. Instant first kill, 4v3, and we win every single trade fight after that. You get the early break for a good chunk took a time and then chained into the rotation at P4. Finally, they get good time at the hill that's been costing them 9 straight times. And the Ravens, off of the adjustments, off of the practice and the teamwork, finally showing prowess here on Colossus. They get map number 1, Colossus underneath their belt.
And it's just really good to see that you get this moment of reconciliation for the Ravens after that first set starts to go awry. And yeah, you've got a couple of individual moments to kind of keep you a little bit closer into it as we get in towards this first hill of the second set. And again, just keeping your head on your shoulders as you rotate back over to 2 is everything. Ravens have not really shown us that. They've been playing, I don't know, like maybe just a little bit too OBJ slamming, where we're not really making long routes like you mentioned.
Yep.
You're playing mostly off of just get to the hill first. Doesn't matter how you get there, just get there. And you were talking a little bit how Fire's mentality, he has been all about playing that way in challengers, where it's you play for the rotation, you try to take those long routes, and I don't know if that's been him influencing it or just kind of a moment of kumbaya, but the Ravens look really solid here in the back half of Colossus.
Yeah, because you do the little things right. It allows you to have all the information on the map. It allows you to make that next play. It allows you to set up for 2 plays later because you are in control with all the information right in front of you. So Fire controlling pace, especially showing a lot of dominance over towards that statue side. Lights up the kill feed with that M15. But you can see Exceed. What did he tell Ali? I promise you we're good at Colossus. Finally able to show it.
We're good at this map, I swear. But here we go. Look at the game flow chart. Again, the opening was fantastic for FaZe, but the slow and steady climb back, and it comes by way of the money hills, doing the dirty work, hitting the long routes, making sure your bases are covered. I would say the most impressive moment for me for Carolina was actually later in that map when you start to see P1 to P2 again for the 3rd time. FaZe is getting all over the map, trying to put pressure on you. You're still able to lock down spawns first, then take the fight back to the front. Really good stuff overall from Carolina to make sure that hill didn't get out of hand, because that may have been the difference maker in net points from winning versus being tied going to that P3. So, good opener. And now we take a look at the gridlock, search, and destroy. FaZe yet to play this map. Actually, the same for Carolina as well. And I will say, like, our weaker S&D teams have not shown us very much on this map. They don't look very prepared. So I'm hoping we see something different from this Carolina team, who do, for what it's worth, have a couple of players who were present when Black Ops 4 was competitive. So.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for Carolina, and Search and Destroy specifically, because when you make roster changes, it's going to take time for you to put yourself in that form where you can fight versus the best. And for right now, it's a struggle for them because they lost their go-to Search and Destroy not once but twice ever since Fire entered the building on that Den S&D. So now with losing Colossus, with losing exposure, we got to get better at something else. So throwing in the new maps at the Game 2 and the Game 5 is exactly what Carolina wanted to do, because this is still the first attempt here for Vegas. They're not comfortable on this map yet.
Indeed the case. Well, let's take a look, because we very well may see a couple of snipes on this gridlock. We haven't seen a lot of it. It's been more bang out centric, but we do often get some scopes over towards that B street. Nabuza is on top in stage 3. 19 total snipes. He's averaging almost a snipe a round. That's pretty insane. Super, of course, up there. I think for the league, for the full season, I think he's still number 1.
Oh, yeah.
Nabuza has been right there, giving him the business as well. So.
It's crazy. Like, after the meta change, I was expecting Super to 100% still be at the top of that list, but he's running an NPC, running and gunning with his SMG players, so Super isn't going to always pull out the boomstick. But now, if you are FaZe, you are feeling the pressure, because you always choose Team B. They were the reason why this map is here. They decided to big gridlock, so hopefully the praxis is going to showcase itself here. Because Carolina, the same way they're sitting at 0-0, they're looking to potentially steal some strats for you in the middle of this map.
We'll see how it goes. Are we going to get a lot of bang out, or are we going to see some actual structure here? Feels like it's only a matter of time before we will find out. It's the way that usually goes. Then Overload also there for map number 3. We haven't talked about that yet, but that will be an interesting one. FaZe on the opening attack, and yeah, they're going to go all 4 to A to get things cooked off for us.
No trophy systems to play with. Just need to stay alive from the nades, and already from the Ravens, your scouting player is going to be fired. He's gathering a lot of information, but all the space they take on the back end, Abuza's only watching this with a snipe.
Yeah, he misses the first shot, has to go to the pistol now. Exceed for first blood. Sim trying to help. Pistol damage is good. Sim follows up onto that, leaving Craze essentially by himself into the 1v2. Good damage onto Sim, but backed away. And everything will reset. Bomb is still holding over towards A at the moment, but now FaZe will take their numbers over to the B site.
Yeah, not going to risk it anymore. Just going to rotate over towards B and get this bomb down for free, because Craze was just playing the 50-50, but he does gather the information pretty quickly. Just by the time you get into the player, you're going to spot them on the exit. Pushes in towards Sushi. Doesn't see anyone. Still nothing to work with.
Sees one on top of the car. Smoke out. Seeing if he can force someone forward. Oh, well. Here come FaZe. And they will just overwhelm him. Yeah. Like the idea to try to force them out of position to come challenge the bomb, but a couple of pop shots never really had FaZe uncomfortable that he was going to hop it.
Yeah, I think the only thing that could have went better if you are Carolina, because they found the first blood. If we could have got that kill onto Abuza without Sip actually making the impact to keep him alive. Because you turn it into a 4v3, you get the jump on them at showers, but Abuza finessing the way that he did sets up Mr. Chris Slayer to keep him alive by finding 2. And then you keep the numbers, the playmaking ability to just rotate it back over towards P, and even with the smoke grenade, which gave Craze his best shot to force them forward, FaZe never needed to worry.
No. Okay. We'll see if we get something different from Exceed Scope over here towards A. Carolina could be largely focused on this site with a little bit of a flank watch from Fire. Craze able to get the first over towards Towels. A little bit further deep, Craze will go, but Simp shuts it down. Big double. And that will push Carolina back with no bomb in hand now.
Yes, again, Chris Lair found another 2 on this round. Numbers still in favor of FaZe. And now he's just hoping that one walks right in front of his crosshair. That's exactly what happened to 2v2.
Yeah, Fire finds Simp on the push-up, but Abuza almost. Exceed was low, but he swaps over to the pistol, finds the kill, and Carolina will take the round.
Yeah, thankfully, Exceed just has the time to go his way. Lines up the first shot, turns it into a 2v2. When Simp tries to play for that trade, Fire had his crossfire. So he's able to keep him alive just long enough, and then also pepper the last guy to set up Exceed to close out the round. A 2v3 clutch. Big round there out of the Ravens.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. 1-1 the count. A lot of focus towards A to start off these get-goes. But FaZe will have something different in mind here. Nades over the top into mid. As Draza, Abuza, and Simp will focus on B. Fire is the one defending. And without any noise being made at A, Craze will try to join him by rotating over.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if timing's going to work out here for Fire because gives up the street pressure, and that's going to allow, FaZe to take all that space, but Craze is aware that someone has to try to be making a play. Yeah. Catches 0-4 for the first blood, but it's still bombed down for FaZe.
Yeah, and you've got a long route developing for Exceed. Abuza watching over the top with the sniper rifle. He will be the only one responsible for the bomb. Everyone else is watching the pinch. It is a trusted hand. There's Exceed. Knowledge known, nade over the top. Not going to hit, and he's pushed back. But keeping his life is still valuable. The Ravens from the front are starting to gain some ground as Abuza's not able to hit. Craze takes away the space, and tried to pick up the sniper rifle instead of trusting the SMG. Simp finds the double. And he can just back up to the other side, knowing Exceed's playing over towards Market. And yep, he's got the clock to his favor. And Exceed will just wait to see if he can play for the kill, and he won't even be able to do that.
Yeah, and that's just one of those rounds where Carolina, they switched up their defensive approach. Like last time, it was Fire being the island player at that A site. This time, they sent 3 players in towards showers, and Fire was scouting over towards B. But that's just something that you can't play timings on. If you're the island player, you got to guarantee that no one is showing presence on your side. Because the fact that he goes unknown, if you are FaZe to push up through that B street, you completely make Craze's first blood irrelevant because you just give up all that space.
Yeah. Okay. Decent effort for Ravens, but ultimately Simp is the difference maker. 9-1, 4 in a row.
It's like back in Black Ops 4 days.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, he's just a walking double kill right now. Carolina trying to stretch right up the guts. Simp gonna be smoked out, sees 1, sees 2. And that, of course, means that Draza can just hold down the trigger and allow Simp to do this. 11-1, 6 in a row, but still doesn't have a Hellstorm somehow.
Yeah, he's approaching the SD kill record. It was set by Super with the sniper in hand on raid. Simp sitting at 11-1. Just feeling like he's single-handedly getting it done for the team. They have 3 kills combined, my friend.
Yep. Sometimes it just be like that. Yep, Exceed falls. And FaZe will cruise their way through. Simp is literally just pop and take right now, though, legitimately.
Yeah, that's all it is. Like, everybody's sitting there looking at the stat lines like, all right, Chris, go ahead, pop another 2. He's basically got a 2-piece every single round so far here on Gridlock. Teammates are just locking down their lanes while their playmaker is making all the big-time plays. These guys grind, search, and destroy. They want to be involved a little bit. Simp just got to chill.
Yeah. I mean, he's getting set up for all of this action. It's all happening pretty much right on his rotation or right on his defensive position. So 3-1 the count. Here we go. FaZe looking to head over towards A with at least a little bit of force. But actually, they're going to just back off just a touch here and see maybe if they can give Simp an isolated win for the Hellstorm.
And again, it's on fire to scout for the info. It's just all three of his teammates are watching at A, so he has to go back and forth between B Street and through the middle of the map. So timing's bound to go FaZe's way. 30 seconds wiped off the clock. They're slowly edging their way up towards B.
Yeah, this is FaZe trying to pull the defense through A and around the back. It's not going to happen. Carolina will reinforce from mid. Tough little battle here as Craze will get a little bit of information onto 04, but here's the problem. If you leave A wide open, Simp could just hit a long flank. Instead, he's going to help out from the front. Draza gets one. 35 seconds on the clock, and the hit's going to develop purely from the front. 04 comes back to the action as he finds fire. One more down low. Mercy finding a way to just pogo off the top of that door. Exceed does hit Draza. But getting through and getting this plant off is got to be the key for FaZe, and it's not comfortable anymore.
Not at all, but it's a 1v2. Manageable for Lurks to try to clutch on up, but they were prepared for him to be on the top side of broken. FaZe do what you love to say, Al. Kill the noise, cause some doubt. And just force fire to consistently go back between middle map and B Street. They go slowly but surely, edging their way up through B side. Strike on the first kill onto Craze. That creates the opening for 04 to strike through mid for kill number 2. And even though it goes down to a 2v2, FaZe, there was no need to worry at all throughout the entire round.
Yeah, and I love that call to not even bother trying to plant. Just take your 2v1. You know that the other player is sitting top grandmas, so take your SMGs, run them down, don't let them exit. And trust that you'll get the kill before the time runs out. That works out. Exceed still sniping over towards this A hit. Looks very familiar to what they had done in their first offensive effort. Simp playing on top of tree, able to find himself another first blood. Long range shots looking good. Going to be able to follow up? No, Lurks is there fresh. The trade will come through 3v3 until Draws is able to find one. Lurks' double, though, keeps them kicking, and Nabuza in some trouble. Cannot hit the shot. It's up to 04 for the 1v2.
Yeah, he knew he had to jump on him. Sniper pistol, and he misses his shot. I could potentially find kill number 3 on the round, but now it's all left up to 04. Catches the information, but now Ravens are going to set up for the bait and switch.
Yep. Go for it. Yeah, not going to happen. Just trying to force it through small door, and Carolina come away after the first blood goes against them with just really solid trades. And that lends them towards a really, I would say, pretty casual entryway back through this deep side of this site. I mean, that looked like initially, with the nades and stuns not quite hitting, that it was going to be a little bit more hard-pressed, but the trades just come through so quickly thanks to Lurks.
Yeah, thankfully you don't allow Chris Lair to break you down again with an opening double. This time you instantly find that trade as soon as he gets one. So you take care of the guy who's single-handedly been causing you problems here on Gridlock. You should stand a pretty good chance, especially with Lurks popping 3 on that round. So,
for real.
Ravens starting to gain some momentum here. With this 3-1 split, if you're not gathering the information early on, we got to start making adjustments.
Yeah, no, Fire's seen everything, though. Playing bottom bedroom this time. Bomb will be planted. It'll be Abuza watching the flank. In market, of all places. With a scope, of all things. So he's just going to try to hit, and he hits the first. Follow-up? No, not going to happen. Lurks gets the trade. But now help has arrived. Simp, yep, that'll work. Lurks trying to force the issue, and knowing that Simp is low, and that will also come through. So now it's just down to 04 in the 1v2 again off of his post plant.
And I love how Fire is playing this. Just super patient. We have a lot of time to work with. Let's just try to spot him out before you even commit on this defuse. But the longer time you waste, the more it's going to be beneficial for 04.
Yep. Checks again. No one home. Smokes it. Up and over. Oh my gosh, he finds the first to get around. He very well may. Timing is going to be his favor. So even though Lurks finds the kill, 04 just finesses, and the Ravens, a moment of indecision. Like, are we going to stick to defuse? Or are we going to try to hunt out the kill? They don't really do either.
Yeah, they just had no info on 04 the entire time. Even with Lurks making another big time play on the pinch, lines up another 3 in the round. just right here with 30 seconds left. All right, I just killed 3 people on this side of the map. There's no way in hell, unless Fire is taking a super long rewrap through the middle of the map, is going to be on this side. And Fire was somewhat aware of it, but just didn't want to scam. He didn't want to go out there and turn it into a one-on-one and allow him to get away.
Yeah.
But just not gathering that information allows the time to be 0-4's best friend. Now Vegas at game point.
Yep. Carolina going to go over towards B Street. Seed, sniping off of 18. 0-4, playing on top of Milk. He's got help from Draza. Lurks is a kill away from a Hellstorm, which could be huge in the comeback effort for Carolina. And 0-4 is just tucked perfectly. Will it matter, though, is the question. This is quite the conundrum.
I don't know if you're going to spot this if you are crazed, but 0-4, you're going to allow your teammate to die. Still holding on to the trigger, though, so he's thinking about the big-time play.
Oh, but Exceed's able to find him just wiggling around up top on the milk truck. Lurks still alive, still looking for the Hellstorm. Bomb planted on B. 2v4 retake required. Not going to happen as Lurks is able to earn himself the Hellstorm, and the kill will come through behind this to give Carolina another chance.
Yeah, Josh is just going off guard there. Like, 0-4 sitting right next to me. He's watching the left side of the truck. There's no way I should die, but even if I do, he should quickly get the trade. But he just didn't know if he wanted to strike at that moment. And just turning your feet to the opposite side of the truck allows Exceed to spot you. Somehow, some way has the angle. And it's because 0-4 edges up just a little bit. And that gives Exceed kill number 2. And a very clean round there for the Ravens to stay alive.
We need some production from Fire if you're going to make this comeback happen if you're Ravens.
Love it already.
Whoa, tons of damage. Fire will drop to the scope of Abuza. And FaZe will be happy to take their numbers and to reset the map.
Because usually that's the island player, but they do read that there's still pressure from the other 2 SMGs around Shower side. And now Exceed, you cannot afford to die in that scenario. Because in the 4v2, you're forced to force this Hellstorm in because you have to.
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference, though. Kratos is going to be hunted by all 4 FaZe members while this is being called in. He gets one, but the Hellstorm will come up empty. Everyone taking shelter. And let's see if Lurks can pull off a miracle 1v3.
Every time they have won a round, he's found 3 in it, so.
Yeah, it's true.
He has to do it again here. It's just not going to be easy, but you do take care of the first in the first 10 seconds. You have a smoke grenade that can keep you covered at the site. No, you do not, and that's going to set up Abuza with the snipe to call game. FaZe side of series.
Yep. Yeah, 3 in the round for Abuza with the sniper rifle. Hadn't really seen much of that yet. But the graphic, not a curse, as Merc and Maven were saying. That one comes through nicely the last round. So series gets tied at 1. Carolina, you know, fighting, but it just felt like Simps takeover early never really gave Carolina a chance to get into this map. And then Abuza late, obviously with the sniper rifle, finally starts to get some connections. It doesn't help that Fire goes 1-8. So the rounds go 6-3. FaZe find themselves tied back up 14-5, so short of the kill record for Simp, but still 1,800 damage. Yeah, that'll play.
Yeah, the guy just popped takeover very early into this game. Didn't really give the Ravens an opportunity to get back into it with such a hot start. Like, he was influencing, you can't go towards A anymore. Because every single time they went there, they got cut down, besides the one round where they finally get a trade onto Sip. But other than that, like, the Ravens just need to continue to work on their team play when you talk about S&D. If you're the island player in Fire, all your job is spot my lane, guarantee the information on your lane. But the fact that your setup is forcing you now as the island player to go back and forth between B Street and middle, yeah, that should be an opening. He's trying to overcompensate, and it was just too much for him to handle.
Crazy scenes. Carolina starting things off nicely, but immediate bounce back for FaZe has us looking at Den for both the overload and the map 2 hard point. We'll see how things unfold as we come back to double dose of Den at the backside of the break.
Okay.
Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
Caught
Champs tickets are on sale now. Come see the best teams lock in for this season's grand finale in fabulous Las Vegas. All 4-day passes come with early venue access. Head to FazeVegas.com or scan the QR code to get your tickets now.
Look like the pros to play like the pros. The CDL team skins are available now. Scan the QR code or check out the in-game store now.
Brought to you by America's Navy and the special operators who work in the shadows.
Oh, great. This again. Oh, they're gonna dig this.
Finish the mission.
Can I get some help? On the way. Look out, freak bag. It's you and me against the world. Blow for blow. You cannot see me. I leave eyes closed.
Weak. One shot low. He was weak. I'm just holding the iron. I couldn't get him. He's one off a street, Teach. He's working bomb quick. He's playing confident.
You saw him. You can't get on till late. Oh, frag. Wait, what?
Alright, we gotta regain. He's one off a street. Come on, Teach. Let's go.
All good.
He's one off a street.
Ain't no other frag on, bro.
All good.
Oh, do they have flag?
Oh,
Oh, they got flag.
Oh no, I would have did the same thing.
And he's giving them some extra love and them no.
A few moments later.
Able to connect on to one and reset.
Right now. Investigate him.
No.
And Vancouver are going to try to take mid away. Make sure they try to protect the EMP. Do not
God.
As he closes out, and that's what he wants to do.
Okay.
He did it again!
Oh,
come here. And backward. Oh, wait, no. I'm coming alley.
Oh my god. Oh my god! The paternity test is in. I am the father.
Can you walk us through what kind of y'all's situation
Yeah, what's the
is right
setup
now?
you
Is it
got
an
going?
Apartment?
So we have a like a kind of like a penthouse apartment and a whole bunch of setups in here.
Do you guys all live together in this penthouse? Who's cooking? Who's warming up the meals after a win?
So Brian gets the penthouse. We're all staying at a different apartment.
Okay.
Still pretty nice, not quite a penthouse, but you know, we spend every day here. It's
Brian Saints living in a penthouse? Call of Duty can make dreams come true, children. You heard it here first.
All right. And I'll tell you what, that apartment complex they're in is nice. Well, let's get into challengers. We've got Elite Stage 3 coming to a wrap this next week, Wednesday and Thursday. You don't want to miss it. 2 spots left for Major 3. You can find them both for Europe and NA on the Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday, the big day with losers finals and grand finals. We'll be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we'll find out who will be there at Atlanta. We're not even just talking about teams. We're talking about you. Yeah, talking to you. Friday tickets still on sale. Make sure you come on through. It'll be a really fun weekend. Atlanta's great. The location is unbelievable. And the food is really good. I don't know if you've ever had Atlanta food, Jay, but I'm telling you, hits.
I'm looking forward to it, bro, because Birmingham's food was atrocious. Like, we got to be able to follow up if you're ATL. They got to have the good stuff.
Oh, they do. I got you on lock, brother.
All right,
I got you on lock. I got you. So that's what we got going on for Major 3. But for us, 1-1 the map count here as Carolina came out swinging in the Colossus hardpoint and then put their gloves down on the map 2 gridlock search and destroy. So we got Den for the overload, Den for the second hardpoint. And I will just kind of say, looking at just generally the records, I mean, no overload feels great right now for Carolina. Maybe some better than others in terms of overall record, but it's definitely not Den. That's the one that they don't like. Where on the other side for Vegas, a lot of reps, but not finding the convincing wins that I think they're hoping for. So it's about trying to turn that up here.
Yeah, I think if you are FaZe, like you were banking a lot on Den Overload, especially early into the season, but teams have been able to figure you out, and now they were basically forcing your hand to play Exposure and Scar. It hasn't really worked out for them as of recent, so let's try to go back to the map that realistically worked for us all the time and just fix a couple of little things so we can be back in the driver's seat here, because Ravens, even though they are 2-6 on this map, Vegas have shown that they can bleed here.
Oh, yes, they do. Draws it through mid-map, able to find one. I don't know if you saw alerts in the cross, but he's able to find fire off spawn. That could lead to a scoring opportunity. Just a pistol up for the carrier and doesn't even need it. Abuza just slides on, finds the first score. Simp behind enemy lines will be taken down. So Carolina will regain some ground here quickly, but FaZe already off to the races.
Yeah, it's a very quick score. Like, if you are the Ravens, breakoffs need to be a lot better, because there's no way you're going to give a ball that map control and allow people to just run right up the middle of the map and get players coming off the spawn as well. But at least off their second attempt, they stabilized. They find the opening kill. They had pressure around the back. You just need to clutch up on this next wave, but FaZe find 2.
Yep, exceed for 104 for the trade. EMP still has not moved from this location on their second set position. And 04 is looking to get some space away here, already moving up. You've also got a double hit happening over towards mid for FaZe. Sim for the trade. Now it's 04's time to get activated, but is turned away by Lurks. Huge moment there. Abuza able to respond to one, but not anything more. And, well, I was going to say, Fire's thinking he can move right on through, but not the case. And FaZe Vegas will get their defense on.
Yeah, just a little bit sporadic there on our team push. You have one player trying to clear out space, going for a super late pinch through A. He gets caught off guard, and then your EMP carrier with the farthest player push up just gets caught. All those kills are completely irrelevant. Ravens got to do it again. They strike for the first blood. Craze finds kill number 2. Now you have mid-map to go with it. EMP should now be in their possession.
Ooh, draws it, just holds down the heady angle, though. Finds a couple, now is off the regen, trying to chase the back part of this EMP push. The rest of the team still in position to watch from the front. Draza will drop. 04 is able to find the trade, but now the hit just developed from the middle of the map. And Craze will have a chance to grab and potentially score here. The only one in position would be Draza. He's got a body blocker, and Fire will deal with it, and Carolina get on the board for a 1-1 tie.
Yeah, I love the patience play right there out of the Ravens. Allow your teammates to still help you. Even if you go 3 for none and no trade fights, and the last guy standing was the EMP. You come off the respawn, you take the proper space, and clutch up in a bunch of those one-on-ones to tie the game. Ravens currently dominating the time of possession, but Craze now in a very crucial spot because the mind games are starting to be played. FaZe are having 2 people go through mid-cup, and they do find that opening.
Yeah, and that's the big problem. Craze will return back to deal with the pinch. And the hit from the front will largely be shut down. One more one fight, that's all you need. It should be just a clear coasting run for Craze. Wall bounces over, stun doesn't really bother him, and the Ravens will take the lead here. 2-1 up, 2 minutes to play, and we're still dealing with some mid-map pressure that the Ravens are finally winning a couple of big gunfights to possibly go to the relay.
I'm telling you, an extra FPC, these guys are flying and frying. An opportunity to get score number 3, just looking for the opening kill. And Lurks doesn't check the corner. So now you got to retreat if you are Fire. You have Craze on the opposite side, though, as the lead blocker at A. He's just looking for an opening, but they're not giving him anything.
No, the problem is 04 has found 2 from the front.
Jazz goes down.
So the EMP will be grabbed, and 04 will try to get to the races with it. But he's going to need some help. Craze for the mid-pitch. Shuts down the EMP carrier, and FaZe now a little bit stuck up creek without a paddle. Simp will eventually be traded away, and Carolina once again can control.
A minute and 25 left to go. Your lead blocker now turns into Lurks. He does get caught by 04 now. This is where you want to be if you are the Ravens. Controlling the game, controlling the way that FaZe are going to play.
He's got to see
the
though.
game, show a little FaZe here, wrap it back.
Let's go first.
Keep on drawing the defense.
Yeah, the second.
Keep on being sporadic.
Big win there from Draza. Shuts down the potential for this run up to B. Looking for the MP carrier. Shots are in. And that will do it. FaZe now a chance to control. Still dealing with these pesky Carolina members over through Dojo, though. Lurks in particular continues just to be an absolute menace. The Succeed will follow with 2. And he's looking to go quickly here to try to take away some extra space from FaZe's defense, but not going to happen.
Just now the reset comes in. 35 seconds left to go. Look at the route that Simp is starting to hit. He's going to be able to get past Craze as well. So if his teammates from the opposite side are able to find a couple kills, your lead blocker, that B point is open.
Yeah, you need to find these kills, though, and the problem is they're not. So now Simp's position will be revealed because he has to try to stop the EMP. He's forcing spawns to go down towards Dojo, though, so Draza has to stand tall, same as 04, and both of them find good kills. Last one's in the corner. Draws a deals with a low health pool. And EMP will be picked up by FaZe as they'll try to control the backside of this first half overtime.
And Exceed has to make a quick decision. Am I going to commit on a defense or am I going to wrap back to help my team? Because FaZe are already at a very close position at roofs. 25 seconds. They find the opening kill as well. So hopefully you can get back in the position to try to stop this.
Oh, and Abuza just tallies up the shadow damage over towards Lurks on the tree. That's enough for the kills to start to come through, but Fire's able to find two, looking for the last one of the EMP carrier. Time is ticking on 04. He's going to have one more chance to push with Simp. But all of the Ravens are here. 4 seconds on the clock. You've got to make a move for it, and they will not be able to get through small. Decent effort, but Carolina, solid first half.
Yeah, it's the first 30-second score for FaZe, but everything after that was all Ravens. You dominate the time of possession, those sequences where you need to clutch up on these fights, they were finding them in sync. That's what gave them easy scores. And they put that second one in. It's Lurks and Craze who stay alive in a 4v2 scenario. Over towards Cabo and find all 4 kills at the right time. Gives them the slight lead going into this second half, but break off is always going to be the key to how that second half is actually going to play out.
Yeah. Well, let's see if we get a reset here from FaZe on the flip side. Fire will carry a 4 spree into this second half. Will it amount to much, though, is the question. He's really not even close to the Hellstorm yet. Nice shots up top. Pushes Abuza off that angle, but Simp has the opening set nade, having FaZe trying to stretch across the map here. Fire's not backing down from this gunfight. Abuza eventually able to take him down, and that's enough space now for FaZe to run down the gut.
Yeah, they're just trying to get right up the middle of the map. Craze is thinking, all right, it should be a wrap over towards Platt side. Isn't instantly going to be into the fight, but Exceed starts it off for the first wave. They're going to turn it into a 2v2, and the bait and switch, just bait your teammates, not the ball carrier, allows Vegas to tie the game.
Indeed. 04. No, not going to win the first gunfight over through the backside of 10. Abuza with the trade. We'll get a 2v2 over the top. Oh, nade overcooked or something happened there. Lurks and Exceed will drop, and now FaZe able to run with this opportunity.
Oh, Patras is thinking that the space is going to be clear off with a double team nade. You find one kill through the middle map, now your teammate falls off the map, and instant defense into offense because Craze is already behind enemy lines. On 4 in a row. All you're trying to do is stall time for your teammates to get here. He goes on 5, and it's going to allow Carolina to take the lead again.
What did 04 just do?
The wall bounce, man. You know how it is around Cabo.
Yeah, but like he looked like he was purposefully falling off the map. Like
no way.
That was I don't know what that was. But it's a huge mistake, and the Ravens will punish. And now they've got numbers over the top of the roofs. Trey's thinking about trying to grab, but they think someone might be behind him. Not the case. Gunfight goes back over to the front. Crazy, but one Lurks another. It could be the chance to relay this. There's only one defender in place. That's 04, and Lurks already has an angle on him. Off the reload, Simp for 1. Lurks able to find the kill. EMP trying to make its way over, but is there enough presence? It's just Exceed. He's trying to re-wrap back through middle. I love the idea because help is on the way from the front. So Craze, Fire, both trying to help out. Exceed needs to go. He needs to make his presence felt here. His phaser still bottled up, and Exceed will fall. It's just down to can the EMP carrier get out, and the answer will be no.
Yeah, his teammates were expecting him to chow that damn cross. He just sat in a corner where he was playing for somebody to go in towards bottom servers. But if you watch the cross, you pepper those guys, you give your teammates an advantage. All that space that you took, though, now you got to iron up on the defense. So 2 minutes and 30 seconds to work with. Gaten is able to find one, turn it into a 2v2, and now you're forcing 04 to hit the retreat.
He's going to try to re-wrap back over towards the B side. Abuza will drop at mid-couches, and FaZe don't really have any map control here. They're just trying to see if Carolina will push them out, but why would they? They're up by 1. 2 minutes on the clock. And now we're going to re-wrap, try to show some presence through mid. Draws are trying to clear out couches, and Carolina are just happy to stay in the positions that they're in.
Yeah, no need to sweat. They haven't shown face. We have every single angle being watched, and the EMP is just trying to force the mind games, but this is why FaZe have been struggling on this map recent. They used to have so much finesse ability, but they get stuck almost every single time they try to commit over towards statue because they're trying to commit every single player right through the front. No one working on a route, and that's just so easy for Ravens to consistently just sit there and hold their setup.
Well, time of possession is starting to indicate how this map is going. Exceed will drop, try to play through onto B. Lurks feeling like he has to play trades, will find one, slides away, gets an extra lease on life off the reload, not able to lock down 04, but the help is now here off the spawn. Seed finds one. Last gunfight goes the way of Abuz. That's now 3 dead. And Abuz is looking to take space, hoping his teammates can collect the EMP.
Yeah, but we need to grab that. We don't want to allow that reset to go down. We know it's going to be more difficult if we try to commit over towards A. Our lead block on the opposite side, though. Dendraza does find the opening. Pressure through the middle of that. Gives you kill number 2. Now you just got to sprint because this is going to be your free score phase. Are going to be able to tie the game. You just got to slide it. Abuz and gets there.
Yeah, and 04 follows up. The EMP will be reset back over to mid with 48 seconds on the clock. And this is a big fight right here. That 04 is able to win 4 in a row. You can grab this and re-wrap over towards the bottom side of the map again. 04 in the corner. 2 Carolina members coming upstairs. Exceed the first one to drop. Fire able to find him cleanly on the trade. Can you get more than that? Yes, you can. Fire for 2. Abuza with the pistol for 1. It's just down to finding the last Carolina member. It's Lurks. And he's going to find the final 2. Unbelievable scenes from Lurks. He may have just given the Carolina Royal Ravens a chance to steal this map away.
Yeah, now Fate's going to have a chance to go to another overtime here on 10. Because with 17 minutes versus Miami in their last matchup.
Wait.
It might potentially work out, but this flank is going to be unreadable. Sim finds the first kill. No. You're not expecting 04 as well. Wow. And we're just going to grab it, call game. 04 alongside Sim makes the game-winning play.
You don't have a hero moment like that from Lurks and then lose like that. Oh, no. The one moment that Carolina lose sight of the larger picture is the one moment that a double flank around the back shuts down the Ravens from playing for what was the guaranteed regulation overtime for them. Oh, I can't believe it.
Man, that's so tough because they were setting up to be on the offense. As you take a look at it again, 04 did exactly what he needed to. Goes on 5 in a row, allows your teammates to tie up the game. But then in this situation, Lurks has a clutch moment. 30 seconds left. All right, we have control of the EMP. Let's fight this work away before we even think about the objective.
Oh, no, Craze.
All they're doing is waiting on Craze. They're waiting on Craze to work in this long route. They're trying to set up the win condition, but no one is watching the pinch. Like, I know Craze is giving the comms, wait for me, slow down the time. But if someone simply just turns around before getting traded by Simp, you find the opening, and you're probably in a position to now get that trade on the 04. So it doesn't allow Craze to be impactful on the pitch, and the communication had to hit a little bit different right there for the Ravens to not be aware that that was open.
Yeah, that's so tough. Craze misses the timing on that couch's push by maybe a second. But, wow. Okay, a tight one. 2-1 the count to FaZe Vegas. We'll stay on Den for the map 4 hard point, but taking a look at the stats first, yeah, how about 04? 27 to 21, 22 non-traded, kind of getting it all done with 6 carrier kills. He's Mr. Objective Focus.
Yeah, he had a lot of high impactful kills around the map. With all the space that he was taking, you're going on 6 in a row. That's going to lead to a score. Playmakers getting loose. Make the game easy and overload. Now up 2-1 is going to be FaZe. Choosing Team B, they got the gridlock that they wanted. They decided to play Den instead of Scar exposure, and it works out. But now going into a Den hardpoint where realistically, it's been, for both squads, sort of like their auto veto. So you haven't played it in quite some time, but you know that you need this to be at the top tip form because all of the top teams are great at Den.
Yeah, for real. That's absolutely the case. You can't afford to bring in a hard veto on Den into a major. You just can't have it happen. So it's been a while for both teams. For Carolina, they played it against Paris most recently, lost it by 20, but before that, were able to smack around the Boston Breach, but you had to go all the way back to Major 1 qualifiers outside of those 2 instances the last time Carolina played this map for FaZe. A little bit more recently, 3 out of their last 5 were wins, and that dates back into when they played Thieves in the middle of the Major 2 quals, so a little bit more experience. Of course, most notably, 2 really solid wins back-to-back, one being against Toronto, the other being against the Falcons. Falcons match most recently, I think, a couple weeks ago, so they're vibing on it. It's down to putting it into the pool, like you said. It's putting it into the pool.
Yeah, just getting it to be top form to go up against anyone that you go up against. But as we take a map 1 rewind between Fire and Lurks, those guys had a slow start, but really had such a second half takeover. Fire was a 1.5 KD, Lurks with the pressure sitting at a 1.14, both above 4K damage. but just the way that they were playing as a collective unit, anyone could have dropped these stat lines because of the teamwork was making the dream work. When you're winning rotations, you see how easy the game becomes, especially when you're also holding down that first wave and forcing FaZe to be uncomfortable. That's got to be the winning recipe for the Ravens. A map that you tend to not really play a lot. Let's just do the little things correct to give ourselves the best chance.
And keep in mind, this would be a very important 10 points for Carolina, with the Falcons starting to show some vulnerabilities, having only won a single series so far throughout this qualification stage. Carolina is feeling that they could close that gap very quickly. And it really is, for me, down to closing out series. They had a chance against Vancouver, dropped it in a really bad set of searches. Had a chance versus Paris after being able to take the gridlock hardpoint, but kind of blew it in the overload in the surge. So it's just like, getting something solid for Carolina is the name of the game right now, because everywhere has vulnerabilities, and you need to make up that 30 points by taking down teams that are not just on the bubble with you, but stealing away a 10 versus a team that's already guaranteed to be insanely good value.
And that's 100% always going to be through the search and the shores. When you make that new roster change up, S&D is always going to be the game mode that takes the biggest hit. So if you're managing to get through this map number 4, to get to a map that you have yet to play as a squad, hopefully you got some good strategies to go with it, as FaZe have played it 4 times already on that fringe. But into the map number 4 we go. Lurks over the top of the frag is C5 skill number 2. This should be immediate pressure here from the Ravens.
Yeah, and immediately spawn control for the Ravens on top of that, so good break off set for Carolina. Seed was trying to challenge over towards Dojo, put some pressure down onto FaZe, but he gets traded away, and now there's an opportunity for Draza to try to put some impact onto the hard point, but Carolina get a really solid read. Last fight down low will work out. 0-4 out of the top window will confirm a trade and try to contest. He's waiting for help. It's on the way over towards mid-cut. But Lurks gets some key space and Exceed's watching his back.
And they're keeping the numbers in their fight. Ravens so far have been able to slay their way to dominate all of the mid-map control. So she would love for somebody to hop that time there. It would have been great to get that extra 15, go up 30 with the spawns over towards New, but now FaZe are already in your face. You need to clutch up on these fights. Fire's gonna lose the first. Exceed, it's now your turn to lock down the back lines, and he gives it to you. A nice double there from Exceed. Carolina win the rotation.
Yeah, Fire comes off the spawn, watches the pinch through couches, and Exceed. Tons of damage towards the outside of rooftops. Really good start here for Carolina. FaZe stacked up over towards the roofs. They do get the trade onto Lurks, who's trying to pull them away.
Oh my God.
Craze in some trouble, but is able to still find a way to mantle. Little side grab from you, and then almost turns that into 2. Trade should be here. 0-4 trying to finesse his life, but not allowed to, and Carolina hold.
Yeah, that's fantastic layering out of the Ravens. All right, we go 2 players that draw through the front. Let's instantly still apply that pressure to not give up the space, to give ourselves another shot at this one. But in a final 20 to 25 seconds, FaZe get the break through the front. So you're going to contest this because you still have the close spawns. You might as well do so. And FaZe is going to now be forced off the rotation.
Clean start. Numbers here for Carolina trying to get to P3. And they're going to get that control. 0-4 also going to be revealed on the flank, but still finds 2 before potentially even being traded. And he will be, but Fire's in trouble, so is Lurks. Doesn't seem to make a difference. Both are still alive and kicking. Now you've got help here. Can you find this win on the outside of Dojo? Yes, you can. Fire's on 4 in a row here all of a sudden, and Carolina are going to go scrap to initial in from 2 to 3.
Yeah, the way that they are stalling the game clock, even when they late off the rotation, or at least stalling those gunfights. Craze values his life so well towards the outside of combo, which allows your teammates now to have the advantage in that next wave. On the second attempt here for FaZe, the break is clean. And so far, the Ravens are now getting pushed back. We want to maintain the spawns to try to win the rotation over towards P4, but 0-4 off of the route is not going to flip you out. And Ravens are now forced to make a tough decision. Do we rotate? Do we contest that old? Everyone's trying to at least go to the new HP.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both right now. They're playing for exits, and if those kills come through, then you can get a little bit of time. But Craze is actually going to avoid touching the hill to see if he can get around incognito behind the play at pillars. Meanwhile, mid-cuts, and able to find one on the exit, and you've already got eyes up for Abuza. Craze is going to wait to see if his teammates can provide some pressure from the front, but Carolina's in some pieces right now. They need to win their individual gunfights, and luckily they do.
Yeah, and this is where you hit that go button if you are Craze. 2 kills,
Smart
1 through
play.
the front, 1 through the back, value your life, and now allow your teammates to still have the advantage. 3 versus 1 in the gunfights is going to allow the Ravens to flip these spawns out for a good chunk of time.
Yeah, that was almost a disaster, though, for a moment, because one Craze falls. Fire was in a position to block the spawn, so FaZe actually get a couple of players to spawn in, but Fire still able to find those eliminations. As Ravens right back into the lead. The hit now has to develop purely from the front if you're FaZe. Couple of kills are in. Fire in some trouble on 4 in a row. Will be shut down. Exceed, Craze. Last one's left alive. And it's just down to the final gunfight on the hill between Abuza and Exceed, which goes the way of the Ravens. Plus an extra here from Craze to get some space around P1. This Carolina team's looking so much better in hardpoint.
Yeah, their hardpoint has, I don't know what they've been doing in practice, but it's shown drastic improvement. These guys used to be, all right, you win the rotation, everyone is fighting a one-on-one gunfight, but now they are showing we value our life a little bit, we make it more difficult for FaZe to try to locate us. We're going to stand a pretty good chance of holding down some good time here. So look, almost a 30-point difference. The contest fest here at the P1, but they have mid-cut, so a different angle to get them off.
Absolutely the case. FaZe held back from being able to challenge or contest, but Abuza gets Craze off. So now there's an opportunity to possibly contest and win some time here for FaZe. 30 seconds to fight. Lurks in some trouble. Nade over the top was the primary focus for him, and Abuza finds him freely from behind. Craze now on the same route, able to work the pinch nicely. Oh, nice shots from Craze, but runs out of ammunition, and Abuza gets the shutdown. Nade still connecting, and Ravens are able to still fight for this last remaining 10 seconds.
And now you got to force FaZe to back on up. 2 players are already across the map, so you take the backside of P2 away from them. But this is the most important wave of kills. If you can get this wave, you can blow the game wide open. FaZe are playing super tight in their setup.
Lurks trying to look for information before Exceed and Craze join him, and Lurks will just find the opener. Where's the follow-up hit at? Here's Exceed, but with an M15 in hand, needs some help.
Team kill.
Team kill onto Abuza, but it's just down to Exceed, and he will not be able to hang against all the FaZe members that were still holding the outside portion of this hill. Good nades, though, coming in for the Ravens, who still spawn close, immediately on the recontest. But Lurks, once again, the first one forward, does the damage, but there's not enough of a follow-up. Last one left is fired. He will drop. FaZe will hold.
And FaZe have fought 2 times now from that front setup. 2 different ways have been able to hold on. But it's always been Lurks finding that opening kill with the frags. Just this time he's not immediately traded, and that's going to give the Ravens a heavy advantage that they were looking for. You're breaking for the final 20. You still have that 30-point lead. You're going to grow it by a little bit extra, but now the rotation to P3.
Yeah, the first gunfight goes the way of Abuza. Craze trying to contest, but has to wait for help. Nades are cooked. Pushes him back just a touch, and Lurks will fall, and 04 will clear. So you know that the Ravens are still spawning towards the front side of this hill thanks to the blocking from Simp. And this is turning into an absolute murder hole right now for the FaZe Vegas team.
Yeah, this is funneling right here if you are the Ravens. Someone off of that old time should 100% work that late route. So you have a different angle, especially your first break attempt. But now in your second attempt, you have that angle developing, at least from the middle of the map. You go 2 for 2 in the trade fights. Exceed and Lurks last 2 standing. The break is good. And now Vegas have to break from Dojo.
Yeah, Simp will fall. First one trying to come back into the play. The rest of the Dojo hit, finding some success landing. Nade's no trophy right now for God. May not make a difference though. Exceed's able to find 3 in a row. It's the regen off fire right there to support, and Carolina will do a really nice job at the back 30 of this hill. They'll also flip the spawns here, heading over to 4. So again, just taking the L on the rotation, but finding a way to break into a very dicey setup as the Ravens up 30 points, and with a couple of players looking to open and control this P4 hill.
Yeah, and it's been crazy making all of those long routes possibilities happen for the Ravens. Wins the early one-on-one gunfight, secures the back spawns, and also pushes out so the 4 creates that extra layer. Now it's instantly right back into the fight. You just can't get the trade if you are RC, but it's still your team in the time.
Yeah, for now, Lurks trying to just wiggle his way around, waiting for help to get here. No trophies for either team. Team Nate comes through from Abuza, and Lurks turns that into 3 in a row.
Perfect
Numbers
pressure.
Good for Carolina. That will be enough for that pinch from Craze to move the spawns at the same time, and now all of a sudden FaZe are panicking.
100%, because they keep on getting broken with ease. The way the Ravens are setting up these breaks is all of the teamwork showing again, just like they did in that map number 1. A 60-point difference. Exceeds lining up the kill feed again. And FaZe are now forced to forfeit this time. Ravens are going to be able to breach that 200-point mark, and are looking for just 1 break to keep it scrappy at the P1.
They find the first kill onto Abuza over towards the Dojo side of the map. Lurks by himself, top window. 2 members right below him. Damage out to 1. Oh, and is able to snap onto 04 up close and personal. Huge win for Lurks. Time will still stall out, though, as Simp is able to find 2. Nice moment from Fire for 3 in a row, but the trades continue to manifest over the middle of the map, and that will mean that FaZe Vegas will have a chance to still stabilize and try to contest.
Yeah, but Johnson was the last man, so he gets traded. Now the Ravens are right back in towards the time. You need to work on these routes. You're looking for the opening kill, and that's going to be Simp finding it from couches. So the pressure is going to be here. The gunny is going to be here, but we got to take care of Craze now for mid-cut, and you do it quickly.
Good moment of control here for FaZe. A long road, though, to go. Nice shots from Lurks with an M15 out now. Oh, my gosh. He almost pulls off a second absolute blistering set of shots. Now in towards couches. Not going to anticipate that Simp was playing as close as he was. And really, no one's in a position to trade until eventually Craze finds the win. But in that final 10 seconds, look who's won the spawns back. Where is this Carolina been? They're looking so good on their timings. Craze and Lurks able to hold the front, and now Ravens have a chance to send us to 5.
Yeah, they are understanding the game to perfection, man. The practice has been doing wonders for this squad. Only needed 25 seconds left to force the game number 5, and you're just trying to withstand that pressure for FaZe at the front door. It's 0-4 with the double. Able to calm the noise now through our Vegas. But look at the long route from Craze. He's just thinking about, how do I win? You're not going to read this if you're FaZe.
No, there's no chance you read this. So now the hit from the front starts to develop. Craze able to find one. That'll open things up, and all of a sudden, yeah, FaZe is just absolutely scattered. What a heads-up route from Craze. This is what we saw out of him at Challengers. It is finally starting to manifest and show up here in the CDL. Unfortunately, though, for the Ravens, it doesn't lead to a full break. 0-4 goes on to 4 in a row. And you're going to have him the first one up for FaZe onto the new time.
Yeah, you have a 4v3 off the rotation, and you have information onto the first player, so all you have to do is trade out the fights or just not drop anyone besides one. So Ravens win the rotation that they were looking for, but this first wave needs to be a little bit easier to hold it down, and at least Craze stabilizes with 2.
Oh, Simp, though, responsive to of his own. FaZe will have the numbers back into the action first. Exceed, trying to hold over towards 10. Draza gets one. Hit markers through the wall, plus a follow-up, and hold on a second. FaZe are looking good. They're going to push out Dojo, get the pillar spawns, and now have a read on where Carolina are spawning.
Yeah, Carolina looking for the opening, man. Lurks is able to find it. You have already Craze showing pressure as well through the wrap, so that's 3 dead in sync. 0-4, last man standing over towards 10. Just needs to value his life, but he gets ripped by Exceed, and all Carolina has to do is hold on to one wave.
Exceed's able to find the first onto Draza. It's going to be a 2v4. Opportunity for 0-4 to try to help through mid-cut, but Fire is watching this. You've got to go, you've got to get in, and no one's able to find a win. No one's able to find a kill anywhere on the map. Draza from behind is only able to find a single kill, and Carolina looking like a totally different hardpoint team out of absolutely nowhere. I'm telling you, that's the kind of routing that we saw from Craze of, yeah, I don't care, I'm just gonna go do this thing right here. You guys wait for me to make the play, and it works out so many different times, especially with the value that you're getting out of Lurks on the entry.
It's crazy to see the difference of just one practice for this lineup. Because last week their hardpoint game was, okay, we can win the rotation. But that first wave, we immediately getting broken down. We got players trying to take too much unknown space and just giving up your life for free, which leads to now easy breaks. Happened to them last week. This time it's completely different. These guys are just fully in sync as a collective unit. Craze, a majority of these times, is hitting that long route, creating that first opportunity for a very clean break by approaching a different angle. But there was times where Exceed was doing it. There was times where Lurks was doing it. These guys are now starting to understand the little things about hardpoint, and it's showcasing right in front of us versus one of the best teams in the game.
There's been so many times where we've looked at teams that find themselves in the bottom 4 that are filled with challengers players that found so much success in the previous year or the current year. And it just feels like they get to the league and then they change everything about what they were doing successfully in challengers. Like almost like now I'm here, I have to play the same game that the CDL players are playing. And you find yourself typically on a team that doesn't have the same notoriety or reputability. And I just love to see this out of this Carolina team. Let Craze run rogue. Let Lurks jump in as an entryman, knowing there's good follow-up. Great stuff for Carolina. We have a map 5 affair to close out our Friday. We're going to go to break. We come back. We'll see if there will be a major upset to kick off our qualification weekend. It'll be Fringe to determine when we come back.
Scuff, official controller of the CDL.
Brought to you by America's Navy and the special operators who work in the shadows.
Dominate the competition on main stage with the CDL Major Hunter Tracer Pack. Collect your chip by scanning the QR code or heading to the in-game store now.
Black Ops 7 returns to the Esports World Cup in Riyadh this summer. Scan the QR code to be notified when tickets go live later this month.
Let's find out who's built for the big stage.
Heretics ready to dive in.
Thanks, Stu.
Forward Snoopy. Once more. But Hydra with the switch impossible. He's making top room. So damn happy. It's Saints. Down a bruiser. Dominance on the grandest stage.
Who's the band that sings "Wake Me Up, Wake Me Up"? I can't wake up. Might. Oh, the whole team might. I think they are. They're going to get a quick bit of a workout in. Come on, Vico, get up there, son. They're going to get a workout in here in round one. There we go, team. Up we go. Oh, Vico, for God's sake, he's choking on main.
Hands wide open.
4-3.
1, 2.
Oh no.
Real.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
It's over.
That's a G. Definitely no Rocket League. G2 just hooked them. Oh my God.
GG, man.
He's done. Wow, bro.
Look at him. Look at him talking
Oh.
He said, "I run you, motherfuckers." That's it. Oh God.
Oh.
That was a breakdown.
Would you rather stack a point and just get that extension? Because they don't even have 2 ticks done yet. Now they will, as Formal, he gets pushed up into wood, and they're just playing around these spawn kills. They're looking everywhere. Only 1 death in this round for OpTic.
Oh yeah, this has been a clinic, an absolute clinic.
I have the door push. Okay, stay left. I have the door. Use your 2 front door. Let's get front door. Let's get front door. Watch your front. Nice one. Let's get late. Long. Stay left, bitch. Oh my God. Let's go. Baby. We're sweeping them. I promise you. God. Oh my God.
Welcome back there, friends. Map 5, Carolina and FaZe. Yes. I said those words. Carolina versus FaZe, map 5. Carolina just looks so different in the hard points right now. But can they do it in the search and destroy? So far in map 5s, they have been really, really solid. The same can be said, though, of course, for FaZe. 4 map 5 winners in a row. And a lot of it comes by way of them finding great opening first bloods, which, if you missed map 2, well, you could have just watched Sim's POV and found most of them.
Yeah, you saw Chris Lair just absolutely pop takeover on the gridlock. If you allow the guy to have that much comfortability, then you're not going to have a good time. But for the Ravens, man, you were desperately just looking for 1 map that you can potentially add to every single series in this game mode. It's now 0-6 as a collective unit. We always know when you make a roster change, S&D is always going to be the game mode that takes the biggest hit. But FaZe have played this 4 times. You knew that you were going to pick this up against them. You have to prepare what's going to be thrown at you. And the biggest thing that causes FaZe issues on this side is when you don't give them any information when they are on the attack. When you force them to waste a lot of that time and then just fully commit to a blind spot, that's where Ravens need to be able to capitalize. Don't give these guys anything to work with.
Yeah, FaZe doesn't want to be the bang out team. They want to get info and then pick you apart.
Yep.
Well, the defense will be where FaZe will start. 2-2 split. Some opening nades do actually tally information onto Lurks and Craze over towards A10. But the rewrap immediately over towards the rail yard has 0-4 in a really tricky little spot here. Yeah, wouldn't have expected that. Over to the top on the fence, he finds first. Exceed, counters, smoke to give 0-4 some space. Back into the fight, he finds himself another, but it's a 2v1 with Abuza last one left with the pistol. And he's about to turn the corner into the face of both Raven players. Opening round goes to Carolina.
And that's Ravens gathering the information and using it. All right, stuns and nades are going to get vested over towards 10. They're most likely sitting at Junkyard, so... Okay, we have 4 guns, ready and waiting with push over towards train. Let's just get this trade. They find the first blood. Well, 04 finds the first blood. They instantly get that trade fight. And then once those gunfights continue to go on, just because they have an extra gun on that side of the map, it makes it easier for them to get those trade fights, to have the last man standing. So Ravens catch them off guard on the opening attack. Up 1-0.
Okay. Now it's FaZe's turn on to the attack. Nades early over towards B, a lot of them. And an opening snipe from Abuza. Shuts down Craze, trying to find some sanctuary in the side room. So how do FaZe move their 4v3 from here? Not really scouting much info at A for now. And again, a lot of that opening utility was already spent. So this is down to feeling it out with just your numbers.
And they're going to rotate over towards Tin side. Back alley is going to be acquired by the Ravens, but you just don't have the spots that you want. So now it's a 1v4, all left up to Lurks. Information already gained. Bomb is getting planted. Yeah, it's 1-1.
Yeah, should be. See what Lurks has to offer for us. Couple of shots through mid-window will have him weak. And that will be where he falls. Okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just overwhelmed the Beep side with nades. I don't know if that's the reason that forces Craze into the side room at the rail yard there, but it works out nicely for first blood, and that's really where the round comes to do an end.
Yeah, I think Carolina just had a set play call. We're going to take trains away from them, especially with those nades getting invested over towards junk side. They're probably expecting the pressure on that side of the map, but Abuza, who's the top sniper so far here in stage 3, finds kill number 20 with the boomstick. And that now allows FaZe to pick up the attack that they were looking for to tie the game.
Carolina looking like a lot of focus in towards mid here. Fire looking for info through dubs, but nothing yet. FaZe still largely playing outside of A, and a lot of shots actually being thrown in by 04. Lurks is lucky to be alive on 8 HP. Lots of counter nades now is coming through. Looks like FaZe want to challenge this outright. Before in some trouble, smoke comes through, but Abuza's still able to connect through the smoke by the look of it. Just takes a shot at the door. 04 off the regen gets a second. And you know that there's at least one more player inside, but there's still one in the corner. Exceed able to get one trade back, not a second. And Abuza will respect fire for a moment while everything resets. The smoke dissipates, and Simp is there to follow up.
Yeah, just a perfect setup there from FaZe to be prepared for that 10 push. First go around is that they showed face on that side of the map and then instantly hit the rotation over towards trades, but this time they stayed strong. And even though I thought Lurks was going to make a big-time play, crawling up to the window, having a different angle, you just allow Abuza to make an impactful snipe again through a smoke grenade for the first blood onto Craze. So we got to start to take our time because these rounds are going too quickly, and this is how FaZe want to play it.
Yeah, absolutely how they want to play it. Can they follow up with an offensive win, though? Abuza taking the sniper out in towards mid-house. Lurks up and over. Trophy system down. Here comes the hit for FaZe. Very clean on that initial play. First blood tallied. Not enough space to give them the freedom to plant, though. At least not what they're thinking at the moment. Looking for that next wave of kills or at least one more piece of contact.
Yeah, just a little bit of information before they commit on the OBJ. And it might have been Abuza all the way across the map. It would spot the guy in towards top Grandma. So do they try to jump on him or just get this bomb planted? Numbers still in favor of FaZe. 45 seconds now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Abuza's actually seen anything through the barn window yet because no one's really pushed up through it. Now there's starting to be some action as fire keeps wiggling back and forth. Simp, up close and personal on the barrels, has help with 04 nearby, and both will find kills, and now we're just chasing down the last one. No problems there for FaZe. Really solid structure on their execute. Trophy keeps him safe. You double hit with subs, no chance whatsoever for the first player in for Carolina.
Yeah, and the biggest issue for now, or for right now out of Carolina, so far ever since they made this iteration of the lineup, has been that opening duel. They have a 24% chance of finding that first blood. And it's 4 straight rounds that you give it to FaZe. And the one round that you win, you were instantly into that trade position, but we can't keep going into these rounds in an early man-down situation. Because it allows FaZe to lock down all of these lanes. And then the one lane that you choose, they have 2 guns actually watching that because they have an extra man. They have to make some adjustments, not get picked off early if you're the Ravens. And unfortunately, in this round, they do just that.
Yeah, just preset fire coming through with nades, the tag. Gray's able to get one in response, almost a second, but that's where the round will come to an end. And yeah, FaZe are starting to really take control here. And it just feels like Carolina's playbook is just being immediately countered every time.
Yeah, even if they have a playbook. First time that they played this match, it's collected 4. Just in these first 15 seconds, you got to try to stall out these rounds, man. FaZe is gathering the information. They are properly set up around it, and you're just trying to 4-man push into unknown territory. When you're turning that corner and expecting at least one player, there's 3 ready and waiting. FaZe are perfect on their blind counter so far.
Not as many nades thrown for FaZe over the top towards B. And how about this from Carolina? Hellstorm is being called in, so you got to go quickly to get some cover here. And Krace is going to get all the way in towards this back house. So now it's just down to how do you deal with this long pinch? And Simp will actually find first blood. Meanwhile, other side of the map. Draza, Simp, traded out. Pistols for Exceed, trying to go back and forth between Sniper and Pistol. And this is just down to which side of the map does FaZe want to try to isolate with the bomb down right in front of Exceed. Misses the first shot, and here comes the rush down.
Hey, you got to get there if you are Craze. Exceed's just trying to stall out time, but not Craze is in the position, but he's the only man. So now 35 seconds, potentially 0-4 was able to spot him. Spider senses are starting to tingle, but time is starting to get away from you. We got to get the bomb planted.
Grace is going to rewrap the same route. May have an opportunity to stop the bomb plant from going down. He will. 1v1. Nice shots initially coming through. 17 seconds on the clock. Over the top of the heady. That will work out. Craze clutches up in a big moment for the Ravens.
Yeah, he's able to catch the timing. Slip right by Draza's line of sight. And 0-4 is planning right in the spot that works out to perfection for him.
That's a good play.
I love the commitment there from Craze in the 1v1. We already peppered them with a couple of shots. Might as well commit on the gunfight and is able to catch a boozer with the Jaeger. And finally allow the Ravens to stop the bleeding.
Cheeky setup in that round against the Hellstorm. 3 in a row for Craze. FaZe back onto the defense. Carolina looking to go quickly up towards mid here. Lots of nades littering that position. Put the scope out for Booza. Whoa, misses the shot. Looked like he was about ready to peel a head off, but instead, he's able to back away. Street control go to Carolina. But what do you do from here? This is not a comfortable position to be stuck at.
But you got to remember, Exceed is most likely sniping over them. So with the smoke grenade and the sniper, your FaZe, you don't really want to potentially take that risk on peeking. You're going to decide to back out of the A site. You don't want to waste any time getting this bomb planted. It's going to be a 4v4 attempt to hold it.
Yeah, Lurks and the rest of Carolina will actually back completely out of bar. Exceed is watching for a close pinch. FaZe are full flooding the back alleyway, though. Little pop up and over. One player up close. That's Lurks. He gets traded. Here comes the follow-up from Draws in the middle of the map. He will be shut down by Craze. Good, nice moments right here for Carolina. Yeah.
Wow.
Exceed watching the pinch, comes back into the play, finds the kills in Carolina, 2 in a row.
Yeah, and that's off the back of finding the first blood in this round, but a very quick trade in the previous. They just didn't allow a Booza to find that kill onto Craze because he has been at the end of the scope for so many different rounds, but somehow, some way, that bullet doesn't connect. Fire was prepared for that jump up. And the Booza's impact with the sniper who has been felt in the last couple of rounds can't connect onto anyone there.
Here we go, FaZe on the setup on this next offense. Ooh, that trophy doesn't get to where it's intended to go. It got body blocked as it's trying to get out the window. Lurks already playing up towards tools. The rest of Carolina playing a little bit back behind A, but looking to contest the plant. But as Exceed and Fire, both of them got ARs, I'm pretty sure. See if they can hold this. Yeah, both of them do have rifles. And FaZe will wait for the smoke, I'm sure, to fade and then potentially try to hit.
Yeah, no one's watching over the middle of the map, so it's 0-4 who's going to be the big-time playmaker. He knows that there's pressure out up windows. He's able to find the first blood. Simp finds kill number 2. And that entire setup that Ravens had to stop this push at A gets broken down.
Yeah, in an NPC meta, I just don't know why we're throwing 2 M15s into close corners like that.
Yeah.
Nade will tag, though. Lurks, Craze trying to make their way back in. No, not going to happen. Craze, last one left, takes a lot of damage and will be put to rest. Yeah, I get it, like, in terms of trying to reach out that position, but with rifles, that's the last place I would want an M15.
Yeah, but even with the guns in the positions that they were, the openings that are on the map in that round cannot exist if you are the Ravens. Like, it's tough because you got to double stack in towards bricks. You got the guy watching the back alley reading that pressure. And your last teammate is sitting in that top barn going between trains and middle of the map. But 0-4 just finds that opening. He's a deciding factor to how that round is going to play out, because Ravens are thinking, all right, if they go in through Junkyard, we're prepared for it. But they weren't prepared for the pressure through the middle, and now FaZe that game point.
All right, need 3 in a row for the Ravens. Running it down mid again this time. I'm not sure if 0-4 has seen much of this. This is a heck of a route to get on to B. Nabuza by himself, playing the back rock with the scope, and really only make sure no one pushes him out. So, bomb planted, 4v4.
And Nabuza, at least for now, knows that there's no one showing presence over towards train, so they got to be playing in square. It's all about the first kill. Time is ticking, 10 seconds already gone.
Fire gets stunned. Lurks able to get the first blood, though. Draws a response. Lurks is still finding picks. He's going to go on for potentially the ace. Nabuza trying to hang. Pistol out. First shots are good. Able to get some space away from Exceed. But you've got to find a way to find this kill in the next couple of seconds, and Exceed has just finessed his way around the back. He'll do one more check, finds Abuza, and Carolina will stay alive.
Yeah, that's all off the back of Lurks, man.
Wow.
Allows his teammates to get a couple shots in early on, but he's able to clean up house around that square area and finds 3. The best play he could have possibly made, though, is if he disengages after he gets that 3rd kill, because the Steed was still yet to be in the vicinity for an immediate trade, but guy walks up, Craze gets the bomb planted, double stack in towards square, and Fire peppering all these guys through the back alley. While Lurks finds the first blood, he's just in the position that he needs to be to always be in the fight. And he gets it done for Ravens to force another round.
Yep. Can they get it to 11? This time, Lurks will be the one defending on top of A. Craze looking for some space to run up mid, and he's going to find it. But has it been seen by Abuza on this long angle backside A? Yeah, it looks like it very well may have, because FaZe come back to it. Yeah, they isolate onto Craze, so a little bit of information likely gained from Abuza, but Exceed able to pop onto the bomb carrier of Simp, so 3v3.
That's a big kill, because that's also the bomb carrier, like you said, my friend. So FaZe got to backtrack over towards tracks to retrieve the bomb and now make their next decision. But the entire time, they didn't take any space over towards 10, so you're forcing yourself to commit through trains.
Yeah. Oh, and Fire gets some great information to win the first battle. And he also sees the cross from 0-4. Lurks still playing behind the play technically. Exceed smoked out. And here's Lurks. Oh, is able to burst onto Abuza. 0-4 trying to finesse for the 1v3. He gets the first cleanly. Has space and time to plant, but here come Carolina trying to contest. Does Fire catch an angle? Not quite, but over the top. Exceed's pistol will work, and Carolina sends us to round 11.
Man, even with Craze getting picked off again for that first blood, you try to take unknown space and FaZe make you pay for it, but this time Exceed through trains gets active, pushes up on that side of the map, and all it took was finding this snipe onto Simp. Completely forces FaZe to change their game plan. We start losing the fights, we're simply outnumbered, and it's been 2 to 3 rounds in a row now for the Ravens, forcing around 11.
Yeah, 2 in a row. That elusive 5-3 curse. Does mentioning the curse break the curse, though? Let's find out. It'll be Carolina on the attack. What does Exceed choose to use here? He's got an M15 off the spawn. Carolina, trophy system down towards Railer, trying to go quickly, but the trophy does not stop some of the nades at the actual entryway. Draws a playing backside rock, avoids damage from the nades, and Carolina, getting maybe cold feet on this push.
It's already a great opening round, though, because no one dies in the first 10 to 15 seconds. You get somewhat of a read that FaZe has sort of a stack at that B site, so just gonna retrack back over towards A. Just looking to gather some kind of info, and they get some now with the boost.
Yeah. map, just spamming down the tin doorways. Nade pushes him off the angle. Trophy Sister down late. 04 still watching from the side room. Carolina trying to clear out the back alleyway. Oh, they're going to try to commit to this as well. It's going to be a bloodbath inside the site. 04 sees one of the cross. Damage evenly tallied. Here comes the push forward. Craves for first blood. Follow behind this. Team kill from Sid, but it doesn't make a difference. He's still over the fight. 3! Abuza there for the assist. Just down to Exceed. 1v2. Trying to make his way through the back door. Sip has the first shots. Exceed trying to hold down the trigger. Not gonna happen. It's Sip for the final kill. FaZe survived through 5, shutting down Carolina's hopes at a Cinderella push.
And it's always Sip, man. Sip was the reason why you couldn't win map number 2, and he's the reason why you're not able to clutch up here in the game 5. In the position to play the trade. All right, we find the first blood. Great. A team kill also goes down, but we just weren't expecting that fast of an approach from the rest of the FaZe members, and it catches Carolina off guard. FaZe avoid being upset by one of the teams sitting outside of the top 8 as they clutch up in the game 5. But Carolina, you gave them a run for their money.
Yeah, man, I mean, it bodes positively for Carolina, especially seeing how the hard points went. But end of the day, you still haven't won a qualifier match yet. So yeah, that was a big one right there. If Ravens could have found that one, you've got a match with Cloud9 and LA to finish. Maybe there's a chance at you sneaking into some sort of a tiebreaker situation to the upper bracket. But now, not looking nearly as positive. But a tight series, especially as we got into the 3, 4, 5. But Carolina improved, just not that improved. FaZe still holds strong.
Yeah, it's 0-7 now as a collective 4 in Search and Destroy, man. SCD wins you championships. You quickly got to figure it out.
They're close. We'll head to the desk. Give us their thought.
I'd like to appeal to the commissioner. Can we please award 5 points to the Carolina Royal Ravens? A map 5 round 11 where you almost committed on an all-in push. They almost committed to the full-on wrap, and you were not happy with the final attack. But you got to be proud if you're a Ravens fan. They hung with your major 2 champs.
Yeah, they hung with them. I mean, they beat them in 2 hard points. I think Jay and Alan just said it, like, you're losing so many search and destroys. They either need to reach out to a search coach or just put all their effort into it. Because, like, even in the round 11, when you push up towards trains like that and it stalls out, I know it's like slower round because it is the round 11 and you wrap, you need to leave somebody either mid or to cheat up through train and like make a play in a pinch. Like when they all commit there and at that timing of the round when 25 seconds are gone by, FaZe are in their head like, oh, they're just committing to a junk push. They had already banged junk on offense twice and you're just gonna get exposed through mid. You saw it a couple rounds ago, you know, where 04 jumps through mid and wins another gunfight. So too many of those things are happening to Royal Ravens, whereas this is just such a good map out of them besides that. Like their presence is so bad and like, the adjustments just aren't fast and good enough.
Allie, they were down 4-1 before that craze 1v2. That seemed to turn the tide in this final game.
Yeah, and what sucks for the Carolina Royal Ravens is the way that Craze and Lurks were playing the entirety of this series. I mean, they were balling out. I go back to that map 4, and I'm just thinking of all the miracle 2 pieces Lurks was capable of getting. I go back to seeing Craze closing it out in that final hill.
Huge kill right here, too.
Also going into this game 5. So, like, if you're a Carolina Royal Ravens fan, yes, you over-accomplished expectations in this series, but it's also like, damn.
It was so winnable.
So winnable.
It was so winnable.
And you saw Craze in moments where people call he's scamming, just running out, kind of giving up his life in Search and Destroy. But don't you have to play with that same aggression to pull off the rest of the moves in this game? I feel like it's kind of similar to a BZ.
Yeah, 100%. You can't be like straight up risk averse when you're that play style because you're the player that the other team has to account for. But at the same time, you have to recognize like when we're late in a series and we're late in the map in a game 5, there's a time to like reel it back a little bit. Luckily, Exceed bails him out, but in that 5-5, man, the play call was almost perfect. Just have to have somebody lurking to keep them honest.
I was happy to see Exceed shut up the haters today, and Simp put up 25 plus in his 2 Search and Destroys.
Sure.
We've got Abuza, though, joining us, the great sniper from Belgium. And Abuza, I want to ask you about the searches today. Was your heart pumping in that final round?
I mean, I just don't know what happened or what's going on. That was just a mess, to be honest.
Okay, a little sloppy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the SND, I mean, we are a pretty good SND team, so that was a good SND from us, to be honest. But the R point, I mean, we couldn't fucking get the kill. So that was pretty hard.
Booza, can you talk to me a little bit about how Overload's changing this stage a bit? I feel like you guys have had these crazy overloads coming down to the wire, going OT 17 minutes. So what exactly has changed in the game mode?
I mean, the overtime is different. I'm not sure if I prefer this one than like the old one. I actually like the S&D one at the end of the map, but I mean, I think like playing like 20 minutes map overload, it's pretty crazy to be honest, but you know.
Booz, I want to revisit what you just made a joke about. So the hard points, you guys, I mean, your S&D is unbelievable right now, and that's when FaZe is at its best. But the hard points today, both of them, what do you feel went wrong? Is it the kills like you just said, or something else?
I mean, we are playing on 50 ping. I cannot buy one, so it's pretty hard to be honest.
No, that will do it. That will, in fact.
No, I mean, they play decent, to be honest. I'm gonna give them some credits, but
That's some good gas from Abuza.
Abuza, we are just 2 weeks away from Major 3. What are you excited about most coming in as a returning champion?
I mean, try to win this one again. Go with the same mentality again, and keep getting 100%, like, and keep getting better every day. So that's the plan for sure. Win that tournament again.
I'm getting very familiar and very comfortable with you in these monster winner spotlights. It's great to chat with you once again.
Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Booza.
Great guy.
Lovable man.
Yeah.
Great AR.
Good teammate.
Better sniper.
Yeah,
Good
all
teammate.
around.
MVP caliber performances, but he went to his teammate 0-4. In the meantime, we take a look back at all of the matches on the day. Allie, this was not the only big win. OpTic gets one over Boston. Boston putting up a stronger fight than we expected. We want to give them kudos for that. Afro dropping numbers in Overload once again. Do we have any concerns for OpTic Texas?
Ooh, not really. I mean, they came out really hot in this first opening hard point. I mean, I kind of got what I wanted out of the series. I got a lot of participation from Dashi specifically in the first 2 maps, and then you get the closing out of Shotzi and Hoop when their back seemingly were a little bit against the wall after that overload. But like I said, Dashi, Arrow's putting up numbers, 1.25 KD overall with a 2.6 in Search and Destroy. I think if you're OpTic fan, you're feeling fine.
And is Sake a boon to Boston or a detriment to OpTic?
I mean, I feel like OpTic still need to work on this map.
Okay.
Boston should have won the Sake.
Boston could have won it, forced the game 5. Don't know what would have happened there, but